Hi everyone, just jumping on. I'm just sharing it on social media just so people can go ahead and join in on the live with us. Hi Jess, I'm just sharing it on social media. I'm not very good at YouTube. I tried to schedule this so I could share the link and I had no joy with it. So I'm doing now. So this is what I'm up to. I need like to post something on my story. Hold on. Okay. Hi Stuart, how is everyone today? What have you been up to? I filmed some new content for my channel, so that's exciting. For anyone just joining, I'm not being unsociable. I'm just sharing the link because I'm not very good at YouTube and I didn't know how to get a link before, so this is what we're doing. Right. Almost done, guys. Right. I think we're in there. Right. Hi everyone. Where in England is your accent from? I was born in Tottenham, so like London. But I actually grew up in Australia for a bit, so I don't know. I guess it's like a mix. Hi WB Toys, Hunts Paz. Oh, thank you. Hi Billy, good to see you. Oh, hi everyone tuning in. Yay! Guys, so I did an actual test this time because I don't know who was here for the last one, but the last one she cut off after like 4 minutes every single time. And I did a little test today and it all seems to be working well. So that is good news. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Gus. Hi. Missing the wrestling. I miss wrestling. Like, I miss it so much. I keep coming up with new ideas. Like today, I practiced my entrance and added like loads of new stuff to it. And now I'm like, oh, but I'm probably not going to do it for like a year. So that's that. Oh, guys, please give this video a thumbs up. Before Jess tells you to give it a thumbs up, please give it a thumbs up. Yeah, so I actually moved to Australia when I was younger. And I lived there for like a year. Which no one knows. So now you know. But yeah. Fun facts. The Gold Coast. I feel like that's a really big part and not very specific. But yeah, that's kind of where I grew up. I'm very good today, Billy. I just filmed some new gaming content, which is fun. So I got my new game capture card because I wanted to do gaming content for ages, but then I didn't get a capture card because they're quite expensive, and I was like, if it's just like a one-time thing, then it would be a waste of money. But I've actually been really committed and I've actually done quite a few videos. So yeah, I got my new game capture card, which has been really, really fun to use. So I've been using that quite a lot, and I filmed some new videos today, and I went in the gym. Well, my like home gym. I didn't call that a gym. And had a workout and stuff. So it's been quite a productive day, but I'm just super tired. I don't feel that well. But other than that, I'm splendid. How is everyone else? Oh, thank you guys. Yes, I can't wait to return to the ring. Like, I keep coming up with different ideas. Like, I know I said on the last one, like, I've come up with new gear ideas. Like, I've got new sets coming next week, and then I've got more coming. And then I've just come up with, like, some more entrance ideas, like to kind of just evolve what I've currently got. I've thought of like different move ideas I want to try, and like things that I've been practicing and stuff like that, like, and stuff that I want to do in training when I get back. So I feel like mentally, like, I've come up with loads of different stuff, but it's just like a case of actually getting there and like, yeah. Will you be making it no hands? No, I only have YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. They're the only social platforms that I'm using at the moment and for the foreseeable future. Post-COVID, what are your wrestling aspirations? I want to train more. There's, like I say, I've been practicing tons of stuff. So I want to train more and kind of get to try that all out before matches. And I just want to wrestle as much as possible. Like originally I had planned at least 50 shows and possibly doing the holiday camp. So that would be wrestling like twice a day, every day for like months. I'm not heartbroken at all, guys. I don't know if you could tell. Hoping things start to get better now. Lockdown's very hard to cope in. Yeah, it is tough. Like, I'm just trying to keep busy. Like, YouTube for me, I don't know if you guys can tell by the fact that I've posted like 3 videos every day, but YouTube for me has been like a quite good outlet. Like, I've always wanted to put more time into YouTube, so at least now we have all the time in the world. I can like do YouTube a little bit more, but yeah, it's tough to kind of try and keep busy and not feel sad about like missing out on different things. Have you met Sadie Gibbs? Yeah, I actually trained with Sadie once or twice. She's really, really lovely. She works really, really hard, so it was good fun to train with her. Can you make a TikTok? No, I can't dance. I'm a really, really bad dancer. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm terrible, so I'm not going to make a TikTok because I can't dance and I don't really get it, so. Getting Mortal Kombat? No. Any chance of ever going to Stardom in the future? I would love to go to Stardom. It's actually one of my goals that I'd like to do in the near future. When I'm a little bit more experienced, I think it would be really beneficial for me. So that's one of my big goals. So hopefully that's something I can make happen. I mean, obviously with quarantine and stuff, it really kind of makes things like that difficult to kind of plan it realistically because we've lost so much time. But that is one of my goals in the future, is to definitely do Stardom. So hopefully, fingers crossed, guys. Everyone, fingers crossed. Oh, and everyone, thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up. Would you and Myla Grace have a rematch one day? Because your first match was pretty good. Yeah, I'd love to have a rematch with Myla, because when we wrestled, like, I know she's quite new as well. Like, I'm not sure what match it was for her. I think she'd had like more than me. I only had like, what is like 11 or something. So I'd love to wrestle her again because she's been working really, really hard. And she's been wrestling a lot and I've been wrestling a lot. So I'd be interested to kind of see like what we do now that we're like more experienced and stuff. And I actually really enjoyed working her. Like, we told a really good story, like she's really lovely and stuff. So hopefully I get to wrestle her again in the future. That'll be good fun. Have you wrestled abroad? If so, where? I wrestled in Northern Ireland, if that counts. I haven't wrestled abroad. I'd like to wrestle in America. I actually almost had plans to do it this year. It might be happening, might not. It depends. I mean, I can't see it happening because of the current situation, but hopefully. And then I was meant to wrestle in Germany and that literally got cancelled. That was the weekend like everything kind of stopped, and I was meant to wrestle in Finland, but what's your favorite sneaker model? We'll be doing a full sneaker collection video. I like the Adidas Falcons. If you guys watch my Rate My Shoes, you'll know I'm super into the Adidas Falcons. I might do a full sneaker collection because like I was never really that into trainers. Like I just recently kind of got into them in this past year and I've actually accumulated quite a lot. So it might be worth doing like a full sneaker collection. I don't know if you guys saw my new video. I did my Louboutins and that was a bit different. Like it was a bit more high end and fashion, but it might be interesting to do a sneaker one or trainers if you're British like me. Oh, I've missed a couple of comments. Sorry, guys. What's the first thing you'll do post-COVID? Train, wrestle. Hi. Tyler. Hi, Mariah. This is Tyler. Have you been playing Animal Crossing since the first one on the GameCube? No. I think I was a bit young for that. Because my brothers had a GameCube, and just as I kind of was like old enough, just as I can remember, I only had like Pokemon was the only game I played on it. Maybe I just didn't know it existed, but I started on Wild World on the DS. So Wild World was my first one, I think. They actually made a movie, which I need to watch. I might react to it. I might watch it and then react to it, but I guess copyright would be really annoying. Yes, Jess is lurking. Jess, well, I think she's still lurking. I don't know if she just tuned in to say hello, but yes. Chunky Soul. Oh my gosh, guys. So I noticed, I think a couple of people have noticed, but on my Rate My Shoes, I say Chunky Soul so much. I go, Oh, I love a chunky soul. Oh, if you know me, you know I love a chunky soul. Oh, it's so good because it's got a chunky soul. And like, I don't know, if you go back now and watch my Rate My Shoes, you'll notice I literally say the word chunky soul so much. Any thoughts of Melina? I love Melina. Like, honestly, well, when I was younger, she was obviously the bad guy, so I didn't like her when I was younger, but now I'm older, obviously. I really, really like her, and she had the best entrance. Oh, guys, I'm sorry you missed out on the Rumble. Is that what me and Jess went to? No, we didn't go to the Rumble, did we? No, we went last year. See, at last live stream, I didn't know what day it is, and now I don't know what year it is, so it's going really well. Hi, Justin. Yes, Jess is lurking. Yay, Jess is still on my live stream. Jess, how was your live? Do you ever watch random old matches on WWE Network? Yeah, I watched like a really old Wrestlemania. Not really old, like kind of old Wrestlemania yesterday. And then I was watching like some really old Shawn Michaels matches. I don't know if you guys have me on Instagram. It's at MariahMax. I mean, I'm guessing that's where most of you came from. But I always post on my story. Well, I try to always post, but sometimes I forget when I'm watching wrestling stuff. Because normally, like when I watch it, people will then send me suggestions and stuff like that. So it's kind of fun to watch like all these different matches from different places in history and stuff like that, which I really like, rather than just, I mean, I'm quite basic, like I always just sit and watch WrestleMania, so it's nice to get like random little gems and stuff like that to watch. Hi Tyler. Chunky soul. Yeah guys, I do a t-shirt with a chunky soul. Favorite return from the women's rumbles. I mean, if we're talking like all of them, I'd say it was Trish, because who else could have been number 30 on the first women's rumble? Do you know what I mean? It had to be Trish, which I thought was great. Like I really, really liked it. And maybe the Bellas as well, because I thought they told like a really funny story with Sasha Banks and Asuka and stuff. I don't know if you guys remember the end of the rumble, but I thought the way they all played off each other was really funny. And then obviously it was a great end with Asuka and Nikki. I thought it was really well done. So maybe the Bellas and Trish. But to be honest with you, I really enjoyed all of the returns in the first Women's Rumble. I felt like they all had their place and they all told a story. And I liked when you kind of had the old stars and the new stars. I liked how that worked. I thought it was really cool. Is there any specific new moves I want to learn? Yes. So I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the live, but I kind of spoke about what I've kind of been up to during quarantine. And I've just sort of trying to be, not reinventing myself, but just evolving really, and just trying to think of how I could evolve on what I currently have and improve it. And, you know, just because we can't physically wrestle and stuff like that doesn't mean you shouldn't be thinking about it and trying to understand it more and trying to, you know, bring more to the table. So I've been thinking of a lot of things. There's some things I can try. But obviously a lot of it I probably have to wait for training because I need like more people. But yeah, there's a ton of new moves I want to learn. I've come up with some really cool sequences, like just different things to try and be a little bit unique and just things that fit my character and things I just really want to try. So yeah, there are tons of new moves. Hi, Jeff Hardy. Thank you for the suggestion, guys. Any suggestions for wrestling matches, I'm all ears. I actually put a video up of my top 5 WWE matches. And like, it was matches that are sentimental to me, like really important to me. So they're not necessarily like all classics in that sense, but a lot of people commented their top 5. So I have quite a good list of like things I want to check out. But I'm obviously always open. I always just make a list on my phone of old matches and stuff I want to watch, because 1, it's good to learn, but 2, I probably might not have seen them if they're super old, because obviously I was born in like 1998, so I haven't seen some stuff before that. Like I've gone back and watched bits and pieces, obviously, but there are like the gems and stuff I just wouldn't know about, so I always like to hear about them so I can go and check them out. Hi, I have not eaten. No, you're not late. How long did we start? Like 10 minutes ago? So you're on time. It's fine. What's the better show right now, Raw or SmackDown? I don't know. It's hard to pick. It's like hard to decide at the moment because there's no crowd. So that they just feel a bit similar in that sense. I know that sounds strange, but because it hasn't got the set and all of that atmosphere to it. So I mean, I enjoy them both. I don't particularly have a favorite at the moment. Will you continue to wrestle after lockdown? Of course, I'll continue to wrestle. What is your zodiac sign? I'm a Leo. Is that right? Is that what zodiac is? I'm not into star signs, so I don't know if that's right. Hi, Holly. My first favorite WWE diva, I guess, was Mickie James. Like growing up, like Mickie was always like the ultimate underdog when I was growing up, so I just loved her. Like I have a lot of time with Mickie James. I was like, yeah, she was kind of like my first favorite diva, but obviously I love Trish, but I don't know if you consider her a diva, you know. I guess she was, but I just never perceived her like that. But I guess kind of the divas era when I grew up, it was like Mickie James and Beth Phoenix and stuff. And Mickie was always my favorite. How have you been training during quarantine? I actually did a video about this. I've just basically been doing like a lot of yoga and a lot of like high intensity stuff that you can just do at home. So like circuits and bodyweight stuff and just things like that. You can actually do a lot of bodyweight stuff, guys. Since today is John Cena's birthday, what's your favorite John Cena match? Actually, one of my top 5 was John Cena versus AJ at the Rumble. So I guess that, but he's had a lot of great matches. And I mean, the Firefly Funhouse with that, I know it wasn't technically like wrestling, but it's certainly the most unique wrestling match I've ever seen. So that's definitely a contender. And I mean, he's had so many great ones over the years. Do you prefer heel or babyface? I think babyface at the moment. Guys, I'm trying to catch up on the comments. Did you get any good advice from your NXT UK tryout? Tons. Like the whole week I learned so much and I got so much good constructive advice. So yeah, tons. What's the name of your finisher? It's the MMKO, so it's a TKO. But just Mariah. Have you been to NXT UK Takeover? No, I've seen NXT UK the tapings. I've not been to Takeover. Actually, Ali, I feel like I might have watched that because I feel like someone suggested it to me. It rings a bell, but I could be wrong. I'll definitely go check it out. What inspired me to get into wrestling? So I was obviously a big wrestling fan growing up. You know, I always loved wrestling. I always wanted to be a wrestler, and I feel like people just thought it was like a childhood dream. Like, you know, like every kid's like, oh, I want to be like an astronaut or whatever. So I feel like, you know, certainly people around me like didn't think I was being serious. And then obviously as I got older, I just never really like grew out of wrestling. I always just loved it. And like especially when I was leaving school and you kind of had to make like a decision about what you want to do. Like I just still really, really wanted to do it. And then before I found a school, like I did a little bit of acting and stuff like that, but I just wasn't really happy with that. Like I wanted to wrestle, simple as that. Like my heart wasn't in anything else, to be honest with you. And then I found a school and then the rest is history. Hi. Oh, it was so sad. On a day that you wrestle, how many hours do you eat before? It depends. Like how the day goes. Like I try to have a really big breakfast in the morning and a protein shake, and then on the road like have a protein bar and like some carbs just for the energy. You know, it kind of depends how the day's laid out. To be honest, if it's like a really early show, it's probably just breakfast and no snacks. But if it's later on in the day, I try to like have a lunch. About like an hour and a half, and then like a quick little snack before for energy. It really depends. You know, it just depends on how I'm feeling. Hi everyone. Hi people just joining. Hello. What's your favorite Wrestlemania? That's a really good question. I don't know. I don't know how you could pick one. Like when I was trying to pick my top 5 matches, it literally took me so long because I had like a list of kind of my short list, and then trying to pick just 5 was really, really tough for me. So I find it really hard to narrow these things. I mean, I want to make more videos like that because like obviously I could talk about wrestling, which is what I enjoy and why I made this channel, but I find it tough to kind of like pick, you know. I don't know if I can pick a favorite Wrestlemania. I mean, my favorite Wrestlemania match is Taker versus HBK at Wrestlemania 25, but yeah, I don't know. What's the most expensive thing you spent money on this year? Wrestling gear, I guess. Paul, how many beers do you have before a match? None. Do you feel people perceive you differently before getting to know you in independent wrestling, seeing you have the diva look, which I say is a compliment. Thanks, I guess. I hope not. I mean, maybe, but I feel like hopefully my attitude and my work speaks for itself, and you know, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So hopefully not, but if it does, hopefully I prove them wrong. What's your favorite Instagram post? Oh no, I do actually have a favorite Instagram post. It is the first picture I posted of my first wrestling picture, the first picture I posted after my debut. A fan took in the audience, and I've just got like the biggest smile on my face. Like I don't even remember it. Like I don't even remember like the smile. I don't even remember smiling. Like I saw the picture and I was like, I don't even remember doing that. Like being like, oh, but apparently, and it's just I feel like it's so pure. Like you know, like it really captured how I felt, and I don't know, it just obviously has a lot of sentimental reasons, and I feel like it's my most liked post on Instagram, which makes me really happy because it beat the bikini post, which I feel like is like awesome. How tall are you? I'm 5'8". Hi everyone. Hi everyone just joining. Hi. What's everyone been up to today? Anyone just joining? I've been filming today and I worked out. In case you're new to the chat, I've been doing some gaming content, which was fun. Look how big this water bottle is. Oh. Work. Oh, sorry. Is anyone here still at work? I'm really curious to know what you guys will do. Who would you like to meet that you've never met? That's a really good question. Do you like maybe John Cena? You know, he was like a childhood hero, so maybe John Cena? Hi, I'm back at a phone call. At least you guys can leave. Like if I need to pee or anything, I just have to hold it. I did a live stream for 2 hours the other day. I was so hungry. Besides Animal Crossing, what other games do you have on Switch? I have Zelda. I have, is it Pokemon Go? Is that what it's called? Eevee. And I have Mario Kart Racing and Smash Bros. I wasn't really impressed with the range of games they had. Like I was so excited for the Switch. I just thought it was a really cool concept. But to be honest with you, like I'm not massively impressed with the game choices that they had when it first came out. Like, and as well, Pokemon, you don't battle the wild Pokemon, you only battle the gym trainers, which is just I'm not a fan, to be honest. So I actually didn't get that much use out of the Switch, and then I got Zelda around Christmas, which is okay, and then I got Animal Crossing, which I quite enjoy. If you couldn't tell. Okay, guys. It's quite interesting to know what you guys all do. Helps me get to know you better. What will you do after your wrestling career? I'd like to still do something in wrestling after I stop actually wrestling in the ring. So hopefully I'll be fortunate enough to be able to do something in wrestling afterwards. If not, I'm not sure. Like, I mean, hopefully I'll be quite old by then. Like, hopefully I'll have like a long career and like, you know what I mean? But yeah, like if I didn't wrestle now, I don't know what I'd do. Like maybe acting or something. But it's a good question. Would you prefer eBay or Amazon? Amazon. I don't really use eBay. It scares me. Yes, Billy. Well, I didn't want to leave because I finally got the stream working. So I just thought, what a shame. Like now I finally got working if I leave, and then it ended up being 2 hours, and I was like, whoops. Okay, Tyler's coming up with some logos and gears. So Tyler's actually training to wrestle. I'm training for quite a while now, so he's probably having a match soon, right? We can wrestle each other. So you're coming up with logos and gears. I remember trying to come up with my logo. It took so long. My logo. It took so long. My graphic designer over Design, I think, is watching, or like might have been here earlier. But we literally went through so many. Like it's so difficult, and it's hard because like when you debut, you don't have your character yet. You don't know who you are yet, so it's really tough to kind of just put a brand on it and put a logo on it. That's what I struggled with, at least. It was just so tough to like define me with a logo. I guess it's tough anytime, but particularly when you're like new and you haven't figured out who you are yet. I'm still figuring out who I am now, so imagine back then. And I feel like what we ended up doing was pretty similar to what we started with. It just took us a while to come all the way back round, but it's a tough one. And then my actual wrestling gear, I remember I didn't get that much notice before my debut, and I had been training for like nearly a year. And I still hadn't got wrestling gear made because I just didn't know when I was going to wrestle. And at that time I was bulking. So like my body was constantly changing and I didn't want to get gear and then be too big for it. But yeah, so I didn't have gear and I didn't get that much notice. And I was like, oh no, I should have got the gear. Like, and so I had to get gear made like super quick. And I found someone who'd do it just in time, literally just in the nick of time. And I had to rush to design something with my fantastic designer, C. Lopez Designs on Instagram. And what we had done, like we'd come up with so many amazing designs, but they were all kind of for a character that I wasn't debuting as. Maybe you'll see her in the future. That's all I'm going to say. But they weren't suitable for the kind of character that I was debuting as. And so we had to quickly put something together. And like, I don't know, because I was so nervous and stuff, I felt like a mental block with all of it. Like, it's not like I didn't want to pay attention to it, but it was hard to think about it because I was like, I had so many emotions about it. So rushing to design that gear, getting it made, and then like on the design I kind of explained it wrong, so there was these massive cutouts on the shorts, and like it's just so stressful. But if you can get a head start on it, I definitely recommend it. I wish I just got a set way before my debut just to like have it, for the blanket. I mean, now I have about 15 sets that I love. And to be honest with you, like I wore my first set of gear and I didn't like it. Like I watch it back, I'm like, I don't like my gear. Like I don't know why, I just didn't like it. So when I debuted, I got in my head I didn't like my gear, got all this new gear made, and then a while ago at All-Star I wore my old gear and I loved it. And I was like, why did I ever not like this gear? And I watched my debut, and I actually really like how it looks. It's just crazy the way you think sometimes, but yeah, it's stressful in the gear. I'm so far behind in the chat. Where are we? Any plans on dyeing your hair pink? I might do for a video, but I don't know. I dyed it pink last time and I liked it, and then it kind of washed out a bit, and I was like, don't know about that. Switch is awesome. I get your concept. I just felt like the games on the Switch were limited for, how much of a big deal it was. Like I said, I was really excited about it. Like, it was such a cool idea, and then it came. I just feel like, I don't know, there's not a lot of games that appeal to me personally. I mean, maybe for some people, but for me, I feel like it's so limited compared to other consoles and what they have to offer. I just feel like it's limited, and to be honest, the most time I've spent on it is now because I've got Animal Crossing and maybe Zelda as well. I'm just reading your comments. 2040 is when I'm going to retire. Where do you get your confidence from? I think it just like comes with time. Like for different things, I guess. Like with wrestling, my confidence has only built with just doing it a lot. Just like I did the All-Star week, so I wrestled like 7 days in a row, and like it just did so much for my confidence. So that's kind of where my wrestling confidence comes from. And then like in life confidence, I mean, I used to be really shy, but then shy kids don't get sweets. And obviously wanting to work in wrestling and, anything in the entertainment business, you just kind of have to go for it and put yourself out there, because if you don't ask, you don't get. So I guess it's like, just have to. It's like, you know what I mean? Fight or flight, or whatever it's called. You just have to go for it. So yeah. I can't wait for quarantine to end because I'm ready to hang out with my friends. Yeah, I can't wait for it to end, but what can a girl do? Who's your favourite Hardy boy? Jeff. Yeah, I'm having trouble. I probably would have had my first match this summer if it was still going. Yeah, that's such a shame, but it just gives you more time to get ready, more time to mentally prepare, more time to, work out and stuff like that. You can never be too prepared. But it is tough trying to pick, your first gear and your logo. It's like you literally just have to pick something to define you, and you haven't even wrestled yet. So how do you know who you are? Like it's tough. Hi Eric, I'm good. How are you? Are you conscious of the food you eat? No, because I'm bulking. I mean, I try not to eat stuff with like tons of saturated fats. I try not to have too much sugar. I try not to have too much of that kind of rubbish stuff. But because I'm bulking, really, for me, I just need to eat. I struggle to gain weight and gain muscle. So yeah, that's just, no, I don't really. I just try not to eat anything unhealthy. And if I do eat something unhealthy, I try to limit it and not go overboard on it, because obviously I am bulking, but it doesn't mean you just eat tons of rubbish. Took us some time. Yeah, my graphic designer's still here. So yeah, you know, it took us some time to come up with the logo. I don't know if you guys see it on my gear, but yeah, we kind of ended up going back to literally like square two. So that was fun. But a lot of the things we came up with were kind of so character based, and like it's really tough when you're starting out. Like I say, like you just don't know who you're going to be yet, or you're not in any stories that kind of help you find and create that character. Or if you're just like me and you're just like literally like a baby face that just loves wrestling, like, you know, how do you define that in a logo? Just put a smiley face. But you know, it's tough. Hopefully we see you more in progress. Would love to see you against Ginny. Yeah, that would be amazing. Hi, Brent in Ohio. Hi, oh, it's so cool you guys are from so many different places. Nina Samuels is Rambo. Yes, I finally beat Nina. What is your view on vegan and vegetarianism? I mean, I would love to be a vegan, but like I say, I struggle so much to get calories as it is. I would really struggle. I would like to become a vegetarian, to be honest with you, because like I do sometimes mentally struggle with it. The fact that I'm eating an animal, I don't know, I just don't like it. So I don't really eat that much meat, to be honest, at all. So I would like to become a vegetarian at least. With a vegan, I'd have to give it a lot of thought and like try and plan out how I'd get my calories in. I mean, it's definitely achievable. There are so many wrestlers who are vegans and they're in fantastic shape. So it's definitely an achievable thing. It's something I need to look into, but I have a lot of respect for people who are. Where in the UK have you not visited? I don't know. I feel like I've gone everywhere now, especially with wrestling. Like, I've literally been to every corner of the UK at this point. Like, is it Thursday today? Yeah. Who inspires you on YouTube? Jess on the drums. Jess on drums. Jess on drums. Jess. She's my inspiration on YouTube. Guys, I'm 23 people. That's amazing. Hi, everyone. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Okay, hold on. This is tough. Like, I thought this was easier than Instagram because it has the chat on the side, but it like jumps. And like I'm reading something sometimes and it just completely moves. There's Jess in the chat, everyone. Speaking of logos, what would your custom side place? Like, I've actually thought about this. I know it sounds really daft because like, it'd be so far off, but I mean, I am a champion, but it doesn't have side plates like that you can customize. But I don't know if it would just be my logo, you know, like simplistic, but gets the point across, or something more intricate. I mean, me and Over by Design have worked on quite a few different like designs and stuff, so hopefully by the time I win a title that has customizable side plates, we can come up with something a bit cooler than but sometimes like simple is best. Can you do a Welsh accent? No, I won't even try and offend people because I literally cannot do a Welsh accent at all. Hello. So I've got tons of people from America on the chat. Where is everyone from? There's a lot of Americans. I actually did this live stream at 9 because I think 7 p.m. British time was a bit too early for a lot of Americans, and I know a lot of my followers are from America, so a lot of you guys came in at the end of my other stream, and I felt awful because I was ending it after 2 hours because I needed to eat, but I thought I'd make it a little bit later on just to kind of help you guys. Should I make Mariah May edit? I just said my own name wrong. Should I make Mariah May edit? Yes, you should. Jess out of nowhere. Do you like Michael Jackson music? Yes, I do. LA, Dallas. Jess and Betty are making me die in the comments because they're just having their own conversation. Who knows? I don't know where I'm going to wrestle. Like, I would ideally like to literally wrestle everywhere, but as it stands, I'm wrestling nowhere. Which is really sad. I had loads of stuff planned. Mexico. Oh my gosh, guys, this is amazing. There's so many different people from everywhere. What is your goal to reach? Specifically, like in wrestling, like I said, I would like to wrestle everywhere. Um, I would hopefully one day like to work for a major promotion so that it could be my full-time job and I wouldn't have to do like other things as well as trying to wrestle. Like I'd just like to put all of my energy into wrestling and like wake up every day and know my job and my paycheck is wrestling. So that ideally, you know, in time, not right now, but like in time would be my goal. Is to be signed to a promotion so I would just have that stability and have, you know, be able to wrestle every week. It's just amazing and being able to train and stuff like that. So that is my goal kind of for the future. At the moment, just to wrestle as many places as possible, to wrestle as many different people as possible and just try and learn as much as I can, if that's correct for what you were asking. Oh, yeah, who knows? Who knows what the future holds? Have you met anyone from other British sports? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm trying to think now. It's a really good question. Oh, I've met like footballers. Um, I had like where was I? I think like my family and like a company they work with had like a box at the FA Cup, and like as we were leaving, we met a couple of Arsenal players. I'm an Arsenal fan, so that was cool. And I think there's a few different times at concerts we've actually bumped into Arsenal players. So yeah, I've met some football players. Um, I don't think I've met anyone other than that, to be honest with you. Hmm. What sports is everyone into, by the way? I'm just kind of curious. This is really like this made me think because I try to think what sports I watch. I watch football, cricket, wrestling, a little bit of boxing. I think that's that it. Maybe. Oh, and the Olympics, but does that count? I love the Olympics. Oh, Robert, you have Mariah May merch in Texas. That's so cool that someone in Texas has my merch. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's just like all the way in America, someone's wearing my merch. Like, oh, Ken Marshall take over. Oh, guys, the chat's moving so fast. I mean, keep it coming, keep it coming. Um, can Marshall take over your channel once you're wrestling full time? Yes. So I have Marshall, that's my dog. He's a husky, but I was actually talking to my mom about this today. I feel like he's a cat inside. So he's super grumpy, like really sassy, and like he just doesn't behave like a dog. Like he won't play fetch. He's very like he's got a lot of attitude. Like you know how cats are really like, you know, and dogs are all over you. Like he's just not like that. I mean, he loves me, but he's just not like that. Um, and then like today I was playing with a tennis ball and I kind of like swiped it like a cat, but wouldn't go and fetch it. Whereas my other dog's like running up the garden, do you know what I mean, trying to get the ball. He's just not interested. So I kind of want to buy him some cat toys because I feel like he'd prefer that kind of stuff because he just, I literally think he's a cat. I think he's confused about what he is, but he's never come into contact with a cat. So I don't know why he thinks he's a cat. And I'm sure huskies are known to like chase cats. I don't know. I think my mom told me that, but she could make that up because she just winds me up. But yeah. Anyway, that's who Marshall is, in case everyone's wondering. What TV series or movies do you like? I mean, to be honest with you, like I mostly watch wrestling. You know, I don't watch that much TV. I mean, now we've got more time. I do, but I like YouTube and stuff. Like I just like real people. But I don't know, like that just kind of interests me. I like with YouTube as well. It's normally like short stuff, so you can just swap and change depending on how you're feeling. Like I might start watching a bit of wrestling and then go on to like maybe some interviews and then just go on to something completely different. So I do like watch a lot of YouTube because I just feel like you can get so much different stuff in short bursts. And I watch a lot of wrestling. TV wise, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the last thing I literally probably watched was like Jersey Shore. I rewatched it the other day. I don't mean when it first ever came out, and I haven't watched TV since. I mean, ever since Game of Thrones, like, what have I got to watch on telly? Like, nothing. Oh, the chat has moved, guys. Sorry. Would love to see you wrestle in Japan. Yeah, I mean, it's a big goal of mine. Tennis, basketball, wrestling. I'm not a big tennis fan. I mean, basketball, like, they don't really show it here. Wrestling and MMA, basketball, football, wrestling, baseball, hockey. Wow. Baseball. Any plans to face Danny in a match? No, I don't want to embarrass him when I beat him. Mega wrestling fan. The day your merch is available in WWE shop, I'm going to buy as much of your merch as I can. Aww. Random question. Favorite Titantron? Oh, that's a really good question. Ooh. Mandy's is quite cool. Well, I guess Mandy's whole entrance is cool, though, the way that it blurs on your out. But you know how it goes in on the Titantron and blurs? It's all gold. It's cool, but that's like an entrance, not a Titantron. That's such a good question. Now I'm trying to think, because I never really look at them. Seth's is always quite cool, like how they have his match the music. I mean, everyone's matches the music, but his particularly stands out to me. They've really hit the beat on that one. So yeah, that's a good question. Oh, thanks, Billy. Ever thought of doing fan mail? What do you mean, like receiving? I mean, I could make a PO box, but I don't know how you do that in this country. And also, I don't feel like I'm like enough of a person to have one, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like you have to be like verified and, you know, like a celebrity or famous. Like, I don't think I would get one. Oh, yeah, I did. I like to send personal notes, especially like because sometimes I can recognize who it is. Like, I see the names a lot, so I like to sometimes just put a little note in. Say thank you. Are you able to do somersaults and cartwheels? Yes. Do you have a way for us to send fan mail? So as it stands, I don't. Obviously, if like you ever come to a show and stuff, you know, I always accept like any little letters and stuff. That's really sweet. But I don't have a PO box or anything at the moment. But I try to read like any messages sent in on like Instagram and Twitter and stuff. I try to read messages, or like, you know, sometimes people send in like drawings and things like that, which is nice. Oh, thanks, Gus. If you're in an Iron Woman match, how long can your cardio last? For an hour or more? I think so. You want me to find out? Hi, Julian. I'm good. How are you? Whose wrestling theme do you like? Why? At the moment, oh, do you know whose theme I really like? I was actually listening to today. You know, Lita. It just feels right. What a tune! Like, what a great wrestling song. And then all of Triple H's are like, I mean, My Time is the best. I won't debate it. It's the best. But like, he just always has had a great theme. UK independent wrestler you want to wrestle? That's a lot of choice. I'm trying to think. I mean, with me, like, someone I really like to wrestle again is Candy Floss. But I mean, obviously she's with NXT UK, but she still wrestles independently. So that's someone who I'm actually would really like to wrestle, because I had like my third match against her at Progress when I stepped in. So I'd like to have a match with her now, because I'm a little bit further along. I'm really good friends and stuff, and you know, she's awesome. Like, she's so good. So I'd like to wrestle her again. I was actually thinking about this today, people that I would like to wrestle. Yeah, Dia's theme was amazing. Like, I listened to it today, and I was just, well, sometimes when I work out, like, I put wrestling themes on, like, it just, you know, they're just really like, I just feel like they get you in the zone. And I just put hers on. I was like, this is amazing. My Time, yes, My Time was the best. No debate. I don't know if you saw, but I think it's BT Sport are doing like a World Cup of wrestling themes where you vote on Twitter to pick the best theme. I vote for My Time. Oh, Julian, I actually made a video on how to like keep motivated and productive during quarantine, but it is tough, like, because there's just no structure to your day. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I find it so tough to like fall asleep at night, because I just feel like you're not as busy as normal. Like, obviously you're not really leaving the house, and you're not commuting, you're not really doing anything. So it's just like really tough to kind of get a schedule and like get to sleep and wake up and start your day and get things done. And then like you just feel really tired and like lethargic and stuff. So I know how you feel. Like, I mean, I had it a bit like yesterday, but I just tried to get editing done. I was like, I'm just gonna try and force myself to get something done, but it's tough. All the things she said, that's a good one too. That's a good one too. Yes, these are all good themes. And I've seen all your suggestions for people for me to wrestle. I'd love to wrestle all these people. I'm just kind of catching up on the chat now. If you have kids, please don't wrestle. I mean, I'm not planning on having kids anytime soon. If I do have kids in the future, I'd preferably like to kind of do everything I want to do wrestling wise and close that chapter on my life, because I feel like it would be tough. Like I said, for me, preferably, I want to wrestle full time. I want it to kind of be my full-time occupation. You know, I want it to be my income. I want it to be my sole focus every single day, rather than juggling things. So in the future, that's what I want. And obviously, being full-time, I think I'd find it hard. So if I do choose that job, I feel like I'd rather kind of like do all my wrestling stuff and then maybe do what Brie or Trish did when they kind of just came back for special moments and things like that. I think is really cool. So it's an interesting question. Yes, yeah. Me and Nina did have Wrestlemania. Nina is my origin story at this point. Like, I just feel like it's like my biggest storyline I have going at the moment is me and Nina. I love wrestling Nina. What song do you use for entrance? So this kind of goes back to the gear thing. So like picking an entrance song was so tough. I don't know if you guys remember. What's my entrance song? You know, that "Show Me How to Lie, You're Getting Better." That one. So that was my song for my debut. And then did I ever use it again? I feel like I did, but it didn't really suit me. Like, I liked it, but I'm quite like pop, you know, and like very like upbeat and energetic, and it just, I don't think it married with what I kind of came out looking like. So literally 5 minutes before I drove to a show, I was like, I need to change my song. I need to change it. And then I like just honestly went through a playlist and there was an Ariana Grande song, No Tears Left to Cry, which I really like. Like, I like the intro because it's like slow and then like, the beat drops. But I picked it so quickly and I've stuck with it. And to be honest, kids always love it. So that's why I want to keep it. And then it's also very different from anyone else's song. Like, everyone's like, oh, your song's like so random. I'm like, it's so different. Like, no one else will ever have something similar. But I don't know, like, I've kind of like come up with some ideas for my entrance. Like, I haven't changed anything, I've just evolved things. But I don't know if I would need to change my song to kind of fit it. But I like my song. I don't know, I'm torn. Like, it's a difficult one. It's like what I said with the gear, like, you just literally the night before my debut had to pick a song, and then my friend was like, oh, just come on to this Offspring song, like, you know, and I'm like, fine, like, I like it, but it's fine, it will do. And then I got to the show and I was like, oh, I need to pick a song, and like I just jumped to the song, which I do like I said, it's slow and the beat drops and it's like pop and upbeat and fun and appropriate for kids shows and stuff as well, which is always a good thing. So I like it, but then I don't know, it's tough. You kind of always want to change things. Like, I find that with everything though, like gear, with moves, you just always want to change and evolve. But I guess that's part of like, I've only been doing it for like a year, so that's always going to be the case. Have you read a book? Yes, I've read many a book in my lifetime. Offspring. Yeah, I got there in the end. Not sure if it's been said. What's your favorite gear? Mine's probably a blue and white. My favorite gear is one that I haven't worn yet, so that's helpful. But I don't want to say what color it is. I want it to be a surprise. The thing is, I was actually probably going to wear. Would have worn it in Germany, but didn't get to go because of everything. So I feel like I'll just give it a surprise though, because I'd rather like wear it in a match and then post it rather than just post it now. But then I'm kind of tempted to, because I'm like, well, I'm just want to put wrestling stuff out there. Like, it's a tough one. So my favorite gear is one that I haven't worn. I'm sure that's super helpful. But I do love the turquoise and white one. It's really nice. Like, I actually it was meant to be green and white, and then the fabric I picked must have been turquoise. But it actually came out looking, I mean, I think really nice. Like it looks really cool. If you watch my match against Monica, I think it looks really nice. It's very baby face as well. After conquering the WWE, Mariah stars in an all-female version of Fast and Furious. Your first thing is you're gonna go far, kid, by the Offspring, yeah. You guys' comments about the theme is making me die. I don't know. I mean, I like my theme, but I feel like you're constantly, especially at this point in your career, but I feel like even when you've like made it, I feel like you always are changing and developing, but especially so early on when you're trying to figure out who you are and you know what you want to represent and stuff, like you pick something and then like a month later, like you completely just change it up and it's like, ah. If you have a serious wrestling injury that turn you off, I hope not. I mean, I can't really see anything turning me off, and I haven't had any injuries yet. So, how did you come up with your finisher? That's a good question. Why did I pick the finisher I picked? Like I always do the crossbody, but then I wanted to come up with something that was like a bit more of a power move because I'm quite tall for a girl. So I thought, okay, well maybe I'll come up with a power move. You know, kind of add something a little bit different to my moveset because there's a lot of aerial stuff and strikes. So I thought, let's add something a little bit different. And I don't know, it's like the TKO. And I tried it one day at a show. I just really liked it. I thought it worked. And then I've done it a couple times since. So I think I'm going to stick with it. But like I say, constantly changing and evolving. So it's hard to kind of stick with one thing. If that makes sense. What would you guys have as your finishes? I always have to like ask wrestling fans this, like what song would you choose for your theme? Like what finisher would you use? Because I feel like before I started training, I had like it all figured out. Like I knew what song I wanted to come out to. I knew what I wanted to wear. I knew what I wanted my character to be. And then when I like started wrestling, and like especially as a baby face, which wasn't what I envisioned, you know what I mean? It kind of is, it's some reason harder to figure it out, and it's weird because like as a fan I had it, like I knew what I wanted to do, and then now I'm starting wrestling, like I'm just constantly changing my mind, and you know, like it's always evolving and changing. So yeah. Would you ever do the Molly go around? Just asking if it's my favorite finisher. I would actually love to try it. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I'd like to try, so I really can't wait to go back to training and try these things and see what fits and what doesn't, you know. The split finisher was my favorite, probably that. Yeah. What mainstream platform would you like to be interviewed on? What do you mean, like a TV show or? Yeah, these are all cool. Yeah, the end of days is cool. It's so interesting, like knowing like what other people would have as like their themes and stuff like that. I don't know. Like I said, I just feel like as a fan, I knew, and then when I got to wrestling, I came out to the Offspring dressed like a diva. But work, the crowd liked it. They were clapping along, so you know, slabby. I didn't even realize it's already been an hour, guys. When do you want me to wrap this up? If you leave it to me, I'll literally keep you guys on here like all night. So I wouldn't. Oh, mainstream platform. I don't know, like, because obviously I'm from the UK, so kind of my platforms are very different from what you guys would consider like popular, if that makes sense. Like I'd like to do one of, you know, the late night show like Jimmy Fallon or James Corden. Like they always look really fun because they always play those like really funny games, like flip cup and shot it or say it, like all that kind of stuff. Like I actually, that's something I watch on YouTube a lot, is like interviews and things like that, and when they always play those funny games, like I'd like to do something like that because then it's like fun and immersive rather than just sitting there like, you know. Would you be interested in going to WrestleCon? Like, yeah, definitely. Jeff, yeah, Jeff Hardy's got pretty iconic finisher. Like growing up, I was always such a big Jeff Hardy fan, but like as a kid, I mean, obviously as a kid, it's like And when he used to like climb up the set and do it, like I actually remember being angry. I was like, "You're gonna lose. He's gonna move. Like it's not gonna work. Like stop it." Like I actually used to get stressed whenever he would go up to hit his finisher because I always felt like it was he would lose because it would move out the way. I just had anxiety over it, which is just so funny. Like what's wrong with me as a child? But I'm sure I was really into it. Like they had me in suspense, but yeah, it was probably quite an iconic finisher. Aw, thanks, Billy. Which female NXT star stands out to you? Oh, there's so many. Like Io Shirai. I guess Charlotte Flair's like an NXT star now, under technicality. Rhea Ripley. Like I've always said, I really wanted to wrestle Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley. So. Guys, if you haven't given it a thumbs up, please do. Worst bump you've taken? That's a good question. I cross-bodied on someone's outside once and they just gave me like shoulder to the rib. So that was fun. Other than that, nothing too bad. Oh, thanks, Gus. I really appreciate your comments. I also just want to say thank you, everyone, for being so supportive on all my new YouTube videos. Like, I'm really, really trying with YouTube because it's something that I've always wanted to do, but just have really struggled for time. So, like, I really, really focus, like, during quarantine, like, just, I mean, it's one of the ways I've really been coping with it and just staying positive. It's just finally, like, being able to make, like, content. So thanks for being so supportive and stuff, like viewing it and giving it a thumbs up and like even commenting and stuff like that. It means a lot to me because I work hard on them, like I was editing till like 2 a.m. last night, but it's just, I really, really want to like get my YouTube channel going because like I love making videos, I love sharing my life with you, and I was really, really, really enjoying the wrestling vlogs. So it's such a shame that I'm not doing them at the moment. I will be in future. But yeah, so I'm really happy that you guys are supporting it and stuff because I want to make it like a really good platform so I can just share my life with you guys. And it's a bit better than Twitter and Instagram in the sense that like you can share so much more and actually get to know me rather than just like a tweet or a picture. So yeah, thank you everyone for supporting all my videos and stuff. That means a lot. I'm trying to catch up. Where am I? Oh yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And turn on my notifications so you can know about my live streams because I tried to schedule this, but it just didn't let me. So I couldn't share a link. So yeah, it was really hard to promote this live stream. What are your aspirations for your YouTube channel? I'd kind of like to make it into something like what the Bella Twins have. So I just want it to kind of be an outlet for you guys to see into my life. I mean, for the most part, I will be wrestling, like say things are normal, like so I'm wrestling all the time every weekend. I kind of just want to give you guys a look into what that's like, almost like a reality show, I guess, but kind of filmed by me. But yeah, I kind of want to give you guys like an insight into what it's like to be a wrestler, and I also want you guys to get to know me and all different parts of my life. So obviously hit the health and fitness, which ties into like training like a wrestler, which I think is quite interesting for you guys to know what that's kind of like. But all the fashion and like lifestyle stuff as well. Like I just kind of want to share like my life with you and hopefully build a platform. I mean, the fact that you guys are sitting here chatting to me now like makes me really, really happy. So yeah, that's kind of the goal is kind of achieved in a way, but now it's just like how can we make that bigger, and how can I make more content, which is kind of what I'm trying to do. And I guess the quarantine, the one good thing is that I've been able to really, really get stuck in with it. I'm using camera or laptop. So I'm using a laptop for my lives because I haven't figured out how to set my camera up with it. So normally for my YouTubes, I think it's a Canon. I feel like everyone's got a Canon. I use a Canon. So you normally use a Canon. It's much better than this quality. But I'm not sure how to set it up yet. It's something that I'm looking into, or maybe just getting like a high-tech webcam. But at the moment, I'm just using like the built-in webcam on like my old Mac. So that's why the quality isn't as good as the rest of my videos, but this is only like it's my second live stream. I mean, technically it's like my 7th because they went so wrong, but yeah, it's only like my second live stream, so I'm still trying to figure out a couple of things, but this is where I'm at the moment with a webcam, which is very old school, but I would like to set my camera up one thing at a time. I love watching you on here now. I spend time. Aww. Dream partner, currently in NXT UK at Io Shirai. You tell that guy he hit you in the head with a title belt again. We're coming for him. I'm coming for that title. They were doing a Battle Pro Women's Championship tournament, which I was trying to enter. So hopefully I'll get an opportunity at it when everything starts up again, because I have a claim to that Battle Pro Women's Championship. I tapped out the champion and now it's vacant, and I feel like I have a claim for it. Who's your WWE crush? Naomi. Who would you want to collaborate with on your channel? A wrestler, a YouTuber, anyone? Jess on drums. I just want Jess on drums to collaborate with me, and she just won't. Every day I'm like, Jess, should we go live together? I know you're in there, Jess. Collaborate with me. You're on the spot now. I'm only joking. No, I would like to collaborate with Jess. We are trying to figure out a live stream soon. I like to do Up Up Down Down. You know, Xavier Woods. He's got a gaming channel that is so funny to watch. Like, I've spent so much time watching that channel. Like, it's really cool because you kind of get to like see the people behind WWE superstars, but it's also cool because it's gaming and stuff, which I like, and it's not all the same. It's such a mixture of stuff, if that makes sense. So there's like something for everyone, which I think is cool, and like it also tells you about like what games they like, which I think is interesting to know, like what everyone's like into and what kind of games they play and stuff. So maybe like something like that would be really fun. Pipe dreams, but that would be really fun because I mean, I'm doing gaming stuff and stuff like that now. Maybe I'll tweet and be like, hi, can we do a gaming video? I've done like 2. I am a gamer. If you were to recreate the 4 horsewomen, you were the leader, which 3 women would you pick? Past or present? Ooh, okay. Me. It's hard because, like, I just want to pick like 3 people I'd really like to team with, but I don't necessarily. Actually, yeah, me, Trish Stratus, Io Shirai, and Sasha Banks. She can come into my 4 horsewomen, like, yeah. She's jumping ship. Mariah versus the Battle Pro Women's title is my favourite feud. Honestly, don't talk to me. Like, I had my Battle Pro debut, got smashed in the arm with it. I had a Battle Pro Women's Championship match, tapped out the champion, but the ref was snoozing and got hit in the head with it. That's my belt. I need to look after that belt. Like, it needs to come to me. So, fingers crossed. Yeah, Jed, Billy wants to see us collab, honestly. Oh, dear. Hello. Oh, hi. Hi to anyone just joining. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I love that there's more thumbs up than viewers now. People got bored of me and they're like, yeah. Don't want to watch. Oh my god, there's a fly. Guys. I don't know what this question is about bee pollen. I don't understand. I've never had any of these things at the moment so far in my life. What games am I playing? Today I did some Animal Crossing content. For my channel, I kind of just thought like I'll just focus on like one thing at a time. So I did like some Animal Crossing content, and then I want to do some 2K stuff because I think it would be cool to like play as me, and it's like wrestling stuff. So at least I'm getting like some form of wrestling. It's me, and it's like wrestling stuff. So at least I'm getting like some form of wrestling. I miss it. That's what I'm playing at the moment, to be honest with you. I do want to play Resident Evil, but I want to stream it because I just think it would be so funny. Stream's not over until you get the fly. I literally don't know where it's gone and it scares me. Like yesterday, I went into the bathroom, there was a massive spider in there, and I don't understand how it got in there because the window wasn't open. So it's obviously come in through another window in the house and made its way into the bathroom. And then I was just in fear, like, because in the bathroom of all places. And also, I found a spider's web at, like, on my window, but I don't understand how, because I'm like a neat freak. Like, I'm very clean. I always polish everything. Lost track for 2 days and there's a spider's web. So clearly, in my room / house, there's a lot going on with wildlife, and I'm just not happy about it. So I'm not really a big fan of bugs or insects. You know. Any tips on how to start on YouTube? I mean, I don't know if I'm the best person to ask because I'm so new. I mean, Jess is like who I go to for all my YouTube advice, to be honest. But I would just say to be consistent. Like, I started my YouTube literally like 2017. And I just kind of started it for fun, really, like, just like I said, to kind of share my life with you. This was before I was training, so I just posted like a couple of videos and they actually did really well. So I wish I'd stuck with it and done more, but it was literally, like I say, just for fun. Like, I didn't have any long-term plans with it. And it was only when I started training that I kind of tried to take it more seriously, and then I was so busy, so I didn't get time. And like now, literally in the past 6 months, I've really put my head down and like made sure I vlogged all my wrestling and things like that. So the advice out of that really long story was to be consistent with it, because when you're consistent, you know, that's when people will subscribe and hopefully tune in, and you know, because you're constantly putting content out there for them. If you're just sporadic with it, it's quite difficult, and it's just about like making the time for it. Because I remember, like, I was working full-time job, wrestling on weekend, obviously having to gym for like 3 hours a night, and I was like, when am I going to do this? But I just stayed up to like 2 a.m. to get things edited or to film new content, because it's something that was important to me. Like I say, I kind of want to build like my own platform on here, and like a way to kind of constantly communicate with you guys, because I feel like Twitter and Instagram and stuff and Facebook and all of that are limited. So, you know, it was just important to me, so I just made the time. So I just say to be consistent, to make the time, and then also like Google top 10 tips for like growing your channel, because there was a lot of things that I wasn't doing for ages, like should have been, that maybe would have helped me in the long run. I just came across your top 5 matches video. I remember the Mickey versus Beth match, even though it was 5 because it was on the DVD cover. Aw. Yeah, that, I mean, you know, a lot of people were surprised by my number 1 choice, given that like some of the things on there are like classics, and my choice was like, you know, not the longest women's championship from Raw, but Mickey James versus Beth just like had such an impact on me. I mean, the fact that I remember it now, like I'm 21, I was a child when that happened. I mean, how old was I? Like 10? So like all these years later, it still has such an impact on me, and that's why it was my number 1, because to hold on to something, and I can literally remember it like move for move. But I just remember being so elated as a child that Mickey James finally won. She finally beat Beth. I just didn't think it was ever going to happen, so I just remember being so happy. So everyone at school, like, just being so excited about it. So yeah, that's just my number 1, and I'm glad someone else like remembers it as well, because some people were like, oh, why is that your number 1? And I'm like, it's my number 1, like, you know, it means a lot to me. Been playing the Resident Evil games. Yeah, like, they scare me, but I do want to stream them because I kind of feel like it would be a fun stream. Spiders freak me out. I absolutely hate them. Yeah, like, I don't know when I became such a chicken. Like, obviously I lived in Australia, so like I was pretty chill with animals, bugs, insects, like not scared at all. And I couldn't understand like why people were so scared. Like, I used to just come back and pick them up, like no drama. And then something's happened to me over the past couple of years where I'm petrified. Like, I just don't like them. Like, my niece was in the paddling pool and there was a tiny little bug, and like flicked it out. And then she got upset again. She's like, oh, there's a bug. And I went over, and then like I couldn't help it. I screamed and then she screamed. She was like, oh. And I was like, oh God, like I've given her a fear now by accident. Like, I've given her a phobia. But it just, I don't know, they just make me feel like, and as well, if you've ever played Animal Crossing, there's tarantulas on there and they like run up to you and bite you. And I remember after the first time I played that game, I literally had a nightmare. I know it sounds stupid. I didn't find it scary. Like, it gave me a shock, but I did not find it scary. It was a game. It's a spider. It's fine. I had nightmares about spiders and being trapped in a shed with like loads of you know, those pictures of like spiders all on top of each other in nests, and I kept constantly having nightmares about spiders, which is weird because I don't feel like I have a fear of them. I just don't like them, but I just kind of these like, and it's disgusting, like they're all on top of each other, the webs. I don't like it. It's just weird. I don't trust bugs at all. You can't look them in the eye because they probably don't have any. What intimidates you? Nothing. Fearless. I think you can make it a top 6. What would your 6 pick? Actually, it was tough. Like I did get rid of some, but Sasha versus Bailey at Takeover should have been on there. Yeah, so that would be my 6. Where are we? Thoughts on Summer Rae? I love Summer Rae. Her stint on Total Divas was arguably like one of the funniest seasons ever. So I love Summer Rae. And Spider like a Spider-Man. Mr. X. Gus, have you ever seen the Mr. X dub? So basically you can download like patches and stuff, and Mr. X walks in the room and it's like, X gon' give it to you. Like every single time Mr. X walks in the room, it plays that. And there's someone who like, well, there's tons of videos, but like reaction videos where people play it with the bot on it, and then every time he walks in the room he's like chasing them, but it's got that song on it. That will make you find him less scary. That's what I found anyway. What wrestling move? Don't sing DMX. I literally sang this on my last live stream. I feel like it's going to be like my opening now. It's just going to be me singing that. I'll probably get done for copyright again. Was anyone here for the first lives when I got banned for copyright 4 times in a row, even though I did nothing? Good times, good memories. Have you been told you resemble Scarlet Bordeaux? No, I haven't. I love those X-Con images. They just make me die, quite honestly. Anyway, what wrestling move would you like to try? I'd like to learn a moonsault, but big dream. But I think I could do one, so I would like to learn and try that. Who knows? I have the worst back pains, guys. Who's gonna win Money in the Bank? I literally have no idea. Like, I just don't know. We had this conversation on the last live stream, and I'm so terrible at predictions. Like, I'm rubbish. Like, sometimes when I'm watching a match, like, I try to predict in it, but like, I can't ever predict before. But I don't really like to. Like, I like to just let things happen and like have no idea or expectation of like what it's gonna be. What's up? You can do what you're gonna do. Oh my god, I don't know, maybe. I mean, there's tons of like moves that I would like to try, that I've really had time now in quarantine to kind of sit down and think about what I'd like to do in my moveset. I mean, I've always thought about it and kind of changed and adapted it, but now I've literally had all the time in the world to kind of sit there and think like, what do I really want to do, and what can I do to be unique and stand out, and try to come up with like sequences or like a spin on things. Kind of trying to change up like what's already out there, if that makes sense. So in that regard, I have like quite a few ideas that I'd like to try, but they're kind of like adaptations of things I've already done, or, you know, kind of evolution of like things that I've done. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up, guy. Oh, I've got 28 thumbs up. Yes. If you had an acting role, what role would you play? I would have liked to have been in the Hunger Games because it's like fun to film. I would like to have been in Game of Thrones. Really big Game of Thrones fan. Wasn't very happy with the ending though. But who was? But yeah, really big Game of Thrones fan. So like, I would love to have been in Game of Thrones, or maybe like the prequel, the sequel, whatever they're doing at this point. I forget. But yeah, and I feel like I'd be Targaryen. Just putting it out there, just in case D&D are watching. I mean, I love the ending. So yeah. If I could do one wrestling move, it would be Seth Rollins' theme song. Yeah, we had this conversation with kind of like what finishes would everyone have and what theme songs would everyone have. Because I was saying, like, I feel like before I started training and when I was like just a fan and not training to wrestle and thinking of it, in a different way. Like, I kind of had it all figured out, and then once I become training, I'm like, why is it so much more difficult now that I am a wrestler? But it just gets it gets more difficult, I guess. The ending is going, yeah. Hi, I'm D&D. Love that ending. Is anyone here a Game of Thrones fan? Do you like Paris Hilton? Yes. I actually saw the funniest thing on Twitter the other day. I mean, some people probably won't find this funny in the chat because you're probably not like into this kind of stuff, but it's like the funniest thread of, do you remember the Paris Hilton, Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan beef from back in the day? It's like the funniest thread where like Lindsay Lohan literally swears at her, and then a minute later goes, I didn't say that to her. I don't know why it's so funny to me. She's like so angry that she goes, I didn't say anything. I didn't say that. I don't know what you're talking about. My theme would be Punk's first theme. My finisher would be Super Kick or Shayna Baszler's Seed. Shayna Baszler's Seed was amazing. Where do you see yourself 5 months from now? In quarantine? Hopefully wrestling. You know, I have some big goals for when I'm back, and I feel like, you know, I had my foot down before, but now I'm like speeding because we've lost time, and in this time I feel like I've mentally progressed, and like mentally I know so much more what I want to be and what I want to do, but it's now about like physically like making that happen. So hopefully quarantine's over, but I don't know. People are saying 2021, which scares me. It scares my roots, is what it scares. I need to see a hairdresser. Jess, why are you saying no? I don't like the word no. I don't like the negativity in the live stream. Team Cersei, I always root for the heels. No! To be fair, they somehow made Daenerys a heel for zero reason at the end of Game of Thrones, so I should root for her. I feel like she was so done wrong. I won't make spoilers. Oops. Sorry. If no one's seen Game of Thrones, you should watch it. Just don't watch the last season. If you were to book, I actually could do a super kick. I just don't. Oh yeah, so I actually tried to get Jess into Game of Thrones. It didn't work. Then she wants to message me during. Okay, so obviously it means a bit like wrestling. So it's American. It comes out in America, but we can also watch it here. But it's at like 2 a.m. So like I obviously won't watch it till like after work because my whole family are Game of Thrones fans. We all watch it together. Jess just wants to try and text me about it. And I'm like, first of all, I haven't seen it. Second of all, you don't watch Game of Thrones. Why are you watching the last season of Game of Thrones? And she's just rooting for the complete wrong people. You know, her moral compass is so off. All in all, Jess, you really disappointed me. Cersei deserves a way worse death than what she got. Yeah, like, oh my god, guys, we're spoiling it. Okay, if you want to watch Game of Thrones, you haven't watched Game of Thrones, and you don't want spoilers, leave. If my numbers drop, I'm going to cry there. Yeah, I feel like I would have liked to have seen Cersei die. I'd like to have seen her face. You know, she did so many awful things, and I remember in all of those moments thinking, when you finally get it, I can't wait. And then we didn't even see it. You know, we got to see her scared, which I guess was good. We got to see her crumble. It's funny because she died under crumbling bricks, but yeah, I don't feel like it was good enough. And I feel like they didn't execute the Jaime thing very well. It just felt rushed. I mean, the whole thing at the end felt rushed. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen her die. She did some horrendous things. And like, I literally remember watching them all thinking, I can't wait until someone makes a montage of everything you've done and then you dying, but we didn't even get to see it. And then also, like, when Tyrion found them, they weren't even crushed. Like, their skulls were all fine, and it's like, if rocks fell on you, you wouldn't, like, I don't know. Whatever. I'm not gonna get upset about it. I think WWE Slam City was better than Game of Thrones. Difference between British wrestling and American wrestling. I don't know specifically in terms of, like, experiencing it, because I've never wrestled in America, but obviously the styles are very different, and you can kind of see that when you when you watch kind of British wrestling, like the technical matches. Like even like if you watch some of the stuff that Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne have, I know the stars are kind of like hybrid now, but if you watch what they did at Takeover, I feel like they really kind of brought a little bit of British wrestling across there in some of the style and the tech that they did. But yeah, I'd say that's kind of the main differences is that, but I wouldn't know specifically about like the scene because I've never wrestled in America. I've wrestled Americans though. Okay, where am I at? It's been a year. Yeah, it's been a year. So I felt bad about the Game of Thrones thing. I'm like, I've spoiled it, but it's been a year. If you haven't watched it now, then when are you gonna? I mean, actually, you could watch it now because we're in quarantine. How else are you gonna kill time? I like wrestling, Spider-Man, comic books, superhero movies, and video games. Yeah, I've never watched Spider-Man properly. No one like killed me. I've just never really watched it properly. I watched it as a kid, obviously, and I've never ever revisited the films or like they've made new films now. I've never watched them. I like wrestling and superhero movies, so show your bare feet, souls. No, this isn't that kind of chat. Go away. Difference between your wrestling training and the tryout training. Like wrestling training, it varies from. I don't know. Like wrestling training varies from day to day. Like WWE tryout is a lot of drills and fitness and fundamental stuff. Which, to be honest, when I trained, I did a lot of that. I really focused on the fundamentals. So I actually felt super prepared for my tryout because a lot of what I did in training translated, and obviously a lot of the workouts that I do, I think, helped. I agree, Cersei's demise was lame compared to her villainy. She probably should have had her head on a stake like they do in this. So yeah, I just feel like she should have had something. I mean, that sounds awful. Like I want to see her die in a gruesome way, but I felt like everyone needed that cathartic, like feeling of like finally seeing her die because she was like the truest villain. Like I don't even feel like the Night King was that much of a villain in comparison. So she kind of got the peak of the arc of it was the ending. It wasn't the Night King. He was like done. It was her and Daenerys, and I guess Jon Snow, but he was so irrelevant in the season. And it's just like, is that it? Like, I mean, I kind of knew what was going to happen. Like, I just knew where they were going with it. I found it extremely disappointing. So I don't know if I kind of just had like a booby face about it because of that, but yeah, I wasn't satisfied with it. I hated the last episode. I love this has become a little Game of Thrones chat room. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I don't like to kind of dump on things. Like, there's so much criticism and stuff, so I don't like to dump on things, but I think sometimes you can constructively criticize something, and I do feel like Game of Thrones had such a huge fan base, such a loyal fan base, and, a portion of them as well had read all the books, are so into it, and I know obviously it went past the books and it was off script, but you had these like loyal people that it was very precious to them, and I just felt like it was really badly mishandled. And I think it's not even like, oh, it's not the ending we wanted. I just felt like the plot holes were a lot for people to get over. Like for me, and I was most frustrated as well because apparently HBO were like, we were happy to give them 2 full seasons, so why was it squashed into 1? And I understand maybe they didn't want to drag it out, but the thing is, Game of Thrones was built so slowly and paid attention to so many details and so many mini stories. And then the fact that the ending, like, never revisited these things, never answered any questions, like all the stuff about like the Night King. I mean, what was the point of it? The fact that I could see fan theories that had like better explanations than the show, like you didn't ever tie that up for anyone. No one ever found out. And what's the point of leaving it to mystery? It just kind of makes it seem like you just created this weird, ambiguous villain for just being lazy, if that makes sense. It just, yeah, there were a lot of plot holes, and I felt like Daenerys was so good. Like, she was such a good person. She would, when she found the dead slaves, she said, take them down, we'll bury them properly. Like, she had so much empathy, and all she did was liberate people. So why suddenly does she change like that? What, because Jon Snow doesn't love her back? Like, it felt like such a jump. And like, as well, like just, oh, because the guy doesn't love her, she suddenly lost her mind. It just felt a bit much. I mean, I know her best friend died, and like there were things in that moment that kind of triggered it. I just felt like it was so rushed. They were going to do her descent into madness, which would have been a great story. A little bit predictable, but would have been a great story. and would have made sense. They just, I don't know, it just felt rushed. Like the whole thing felt rushed. It felt like for a story that, if you've watched the first couple of seasons, especially, like it's so drawn out, it explores everything. I mean, the books are so dense, like it doesn't cover everything, but you know, it's so drawn out, and it's just like the end just felt like it was written by like a 12-year-old. Like it just didn't really go into any detail, and then I hated the ending. Like, why does Tyrion call him Bran the Broken out of nowhere? Just pens him that nickname and like makes him. I mean, it was just daft. Like it really disappointed me. Like I can watch it back and like appreciate it for what it is, but it just doesn't feel right. I don't know. Yeah. Oh no, I'm catching up on comments because I just went on a little emotional rant about Game of Thrones. Choose one and why, Mickie James or Trish? No! Don't do this to me. No. No. Oh no. This is tough because, I mean, I love them both growing up, but Mickie James, particularly for my childhood, was like who I literally wanted to be. But for me now, as a wrestler, as someone who's a model and gets a lot of stick for literally being a model, when I've been a wrestling fan since I was a child, so why on earth does me being a model make my love for this business any less genuine? I don't understand. But that's what Trish kind of went through, and I feel like the fact that she was a fitness model and became arguably one of the most memorable female wrestlers of all time means quite a lot to me. So as a child, Mickie James, but now as a wrestler, and you know, given what she's done and what she's proved, Trish. That was so dumb. Why are you doing this to me? Why? Okay, well, we back to you. I think you should change the title of the Game of Thrones chat with a bit of wrestling. I mean, the title stuck with Mariah, so we're going to talk about everything from spiders to Game of Thrones to wrestling to Trish or Mickie to Mariah crying. I feel like I have like a spider's web on me. I'm really paranoid. It's like a bit of hair like stuck to me up. It has such an intricate and well-constructed build. No way not to be disappointed with the finish. Yeah, I just wish we got like more answers, like the Night King. Literally, guys, this was a bit of hair. I thought it was a spider's web. Yeah, I just felt like we didn't really get any answers. A lot of Bran's story as well was all about like the Night King and giving us like tastes of like the answer. Like what does he want? Never found out. Didn't really care to tell us. And I don't feel like they're like, oh, we just left it to mystery. No, you're just lazy. Like you can't leave something that spans 7 seasons and multiple years to mystery. That's just like you just didn't know what to make up. So that just antagonized me. I just yeah. Sonya Deville's promo on SmackDown was awesome. Yes, I loved it. I'm very, very excited for Sonya. Like I just think she killed it. I think she's really like figured out who she is. I'm really excited to see where this goes. Do you watch Real Housewives? No, I don't watch Real Housewives. Like I've seen it from time to time, but not really. When's your next live stream? I don't know. When should I do my next live stream? When do you guys want me to do another live stream? I feel like I always have like 2 hours. I hope I'm not boring. Bran is the kid in the school and contributed nothing to the project but got an A. Honestly. I mean, he did, but yeah, it was just random. He's like, yes, that's why I came. Like it just didn't make sense. Like, why is Bran? Why? It should have been Ferris. I'm just not happy. Tell him, yeah. Did you like Eva Marie? Thoughts on everyone hating her? Was it justifiable? I never think it's justifiable to hate on someone in real life. The wrestling character and the person someone portrays on a TV show isn't who someone is in real life. So I hate it when I see people being so cruel to people in real life. I think, you know, now with social media and stuff, it's so hard for people to sometimes differentiate between the wrestler, the character they play, and real life. And also like a lot now of wrestling, the wrestlers kind of play on reality, if that makes sense, and kind of feed off that, because you know, that's what works, particularly with adult fans. You know, that's kind of what's going to get them more emotionally engaged. But I just think there's a line, and I think, you know, a lot of things that I saw, a lot of things I've seen said to my friends who are wrestlers, said to myself, you know, said to her, tweeted to her. I just think it's just no need for it. You know, there's a difference between like hating on someone like, you know, I hate you, like, you know, the bad guy, that kind of thing. And I think that's cool. Like, you know, that's what people want. But to be cruel about someone's personal life, you know, that has like real effects on people. I think there should be boundaries, because I see like a lot of it, and like, oh, you know, like, it's all okay for us to like get on this person now, and like a lot of bullying, and I just don't agree with it. Like, you have to sometimes draw the line, because if you're tweeting them as a character, that's fine, but if you're tweeting them as a real person, talking about their real life, which is a lot of what I saw, I don't think that's okay. I don't think it's okay to be violent and threatening and bully someone ever. You know, just boo them and chant horrible things. You don't have to take it that far, you know. But I thought she was great. Like, she got such a good reaction. I actually watched the when she returned to Raw and had the WrestleMania pre-show match, you know, Bree's retirement match. She had a great reaction. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she stood out. So yeah. Who'll be the one to beat McIntyre for the title? I don't know. I'm really, really enjoying him as champion. I think he's doing such a good job. So I don't want to see him lose anytime soon. And I literally don't know who's going to take it from him. Maybe when Roman returns, because that would be a real interesting matchup. I'm glad the live stream hasn't cut off. Oh gosh, me too. I actually did a practice run like 10 minutes before this, just to kind of make sure it wasn't going to cut me off at 5 minutes again. For anyone who is new, I tried to live stream like Monday, was it? And it didn't go so well. YouTube decided to cut me off for copyright 4 times in a row, when I did not copyright anything. But you know, and wait for the book. Yeah, but I kind of feel like we're never going to get the book, so I feel like the TV is kind of the most closure we're ever going to get, because he's been writing the books for so long, and he said something like really weird age ago. He's like, if I don't finish it, I'm gonna da-da-da. I can't remember what he said, but yeah, maybe the book's the best option to wait for. I've never read the books. I actually bought the whole set, haven't touched them. Maybe now is the time, but I think I got so scarred by the ending. It really put me off Game of Thrones. But I would like to read the books, because apparently there's a lot more detail, which is always the case. You know, obviously the book is always better than the film and all that, but because Game of Thrones actually covered so much detail in it, I just didn't think it'd be that different. But I would like to read it, but I'm kind of like put off now, you know. On the wrestling storyline side, yeah, I think Bayley's killing it in her role. Like, I think it was realistic. I think the reaction was realistic. I think it made sense. You know, she didn't. I think, you know, what she's saying all adds up, which I like. It's all consistent. I think it's an interesting dynamic with her and Sasha. You know, there's a lot there that could be explored. So I'm really enjoying it personally. I started watching Game of Thrones too late, so the ending didn't make me angry. It made me laugh. Yeah, see, Dan hadn't watched it. I actually got him to watch it. I watched the whole thing again. And then he just found it funny. I did not find it funny, as someone who's watched it for years and cried over it multiple times and was that emotionally invested in it. I did not find it funny. But so many people were like laughing, because they're like, what is going on? Like, but it wasn't funny to me. If we could go back in time, see you wrestle Trish Stratus. I mean, why do I have to go back in time? Why don't you wrestle me now? Even though Charlotte kind of like retired her for good, still. Make Thursdays your regular live. Yeah, like I kind of try to do it. I work out 2 days, then have a rest day, 2 days, and then rest day. So today was my rest day, so I did like a ton of filming today. And obviously that's why I did the live stream, so I'm not rushing and I've got time. So I'm probably kind of going to do it on my rest day, but that changes from week to week. Like, especially now I don't wrestle at the weekends. So that's really good. But yeah, I'm going to try and pick a day and a time. Like, I might do a slightly earlier one that might be more appropriate for my British fans, and then kind of do a later one for the Americans. I have 25 people now. It was dropping off to like 18. What's going on? I'm so confused. This is what I mean. I feel like I'm going to have to start my live streams at like midnight to get all the Americans, because I feel like a lot of my following is American. Just catching up on the comments. I don't see Kevin Owens, Adam Cole. who knows? Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like all the brands cross over now as well. Like, given that Charlotte's NXT champion, like I like the fact that NXT is literally a third brand. I mean, Triple H said it was a third brand, and I agree. Which is interesting because what's the developmental going to be now? Like, I feel like they're going to make a fourth, but yeah. So it's cool that there's like a whole new roster almost on the playing table now. When you think of all these matches that you could have, it's like there's NXT now, and it's actually realistic that they're going to wrestle each other. This is very exciting. Make Thursday and Saturday live stream days. Yeah, maybe. Like, I'm gonna kind of just. I mean, I gave like a day's warning for this one. I'm gonna kind of see how I go for like the next week. I'd like to do at least like 3 or 4 a week, and then from there, kind of make a commit decision. And then when things go back to normal, obviously, I'll literally pick a day and like stick to that day because I'll be so busy. But for the moment, I'm just like, I'm here. Like, let's go for it. Let's do a live stream. Do you swim? Yes, I do swim. Ranking order of hair flips, Mariah, May, Marisa, Mariah. No, Marisa is like the queen of hair flips. Like, I'll never forgive myself. I did a really bad hair flip in my first match. I'll never forgive myself. But now I killed the hair flip. But Marisa's like the queen of hair flips. I love her. So Maurice, and then me. And then Summer. Wait, this isn't Babe Station. Oh, get a life. Like, honestly, go away. Who cares about you? Random thought, we're actually traveling to the future. No, so we are time traveling. That's actually, I want to say, like, what? But actually, that does kind of make sense. So, we are time traveling all the time. Wow, you're like blowing my mind now. I'm just gonna be sitting here the whole time thinking about it. I'm a wrestler, cool. Yeah, who do you think Adam Cole's gonna lose to? Who would you like to face in NXT? Did we send you? Io Shirai. Austin, your comment's not loading. I know you love your hair, but would you ever shave your hair for a charity cause? Maybe. Or could cut some off, maybe. I'd rather like do a run or something, like something physical, where people like sponsor me, like a run and a swim and stuff. I think that would be more like up my street. Aw, thanks, guys. You guys are so cute. Apart from the few mean people in the chat right now, but it's fine. How long have I been wrestling? I've been doing matches for a year and training. Well, I trained for a year before that, like just solely training, then had my first match a year ago. Yeah, I love Velveteen Dream. Like, it's so funny as well. But the thing is, on Tough Enough, he was so passionate. So, like, I completely see how he just immersed himself into this incredible character. But it's so unique. It's so good. I love it. Thoughts on America opening up tomorrow? I didn't realize they were actually officially opening up. I don't know. I hope everyone just stays safe. Honestly, all I can do is just pray for people and just hope that, you know, people aren't massively affected by that. What are your views on the Grizzly Young Fed? I think they're really, really good. I thought they were fantastic in NXT UK. Really, really good characters. I was actually there when Zach Gibson was in the championship tournament, and he's just brilliant. Like, the crowd just react the whole time. They take the shoes off, which the smell was like left a lot to be desired, but you know, just brilliant. Do you know if you're going to wrestle in Germany? So I had plans to. Obviously, it got cancelled. And then we said we'd rearrange a date. And then the date, was I? Yeah, I am free on the, yeah. So hopefully that's going to go ahead. It's at the end of the year. But to be honest with you, like, they're predicting that things won't go back to normal till 2021. So, you know, I don't know. I would like to wrestle in Germany. I mean, I have something set up with the promotion. So I'm guessing just like when things go back to normal, I will have that opportunity. Like they've been really good to me in that way. They're like, look, this will still be here for you when things go back to normal. So hopefully when things go back to normal, that will be there. It's just a case of like when, which is really out of like anyone's hands, to be honest. What's the worst injury you've had? I've never had an injury. Never had anything. Any advice on working on a wrestling gimmick? Practice promos. So like for my tryout and stuff. I mean, I'd always kind of done it like in the shower and stuff anyway, but like for my tryout and stuff, obviously I had to really like knuckle down. I just practice promos like all the time, like tons of different characters, like just always have a lot of feathers in your cap. Don't tie yourself to one thing. Like before I started wrestling, I kind of perceived myself as a certain character, which is something I think I'll definitely visit in the future. But for my debut, I don't think it would have suited. And so then I had to go into this completely like new playing field. So what I would say is like, as soon as you can, start practicing and just try and have like a range of characters or in your character have like a range of different places you could go with it, and don't marry yourself to one thing. Just always be open to other things. And you know, because like for me now it's like trying to develop this babyface character, which is not what I had like practiced, if that makes sense. So you know, it's like a whole new thing, and that's exciting. You know, it's cool to kind of invent something and come up with something from scratch, but it is tough. So I just say to practice as early as you can and just try and be open to all the different avenues your character could go down, or maybe different characters could go down. I've been Team Mariah since day one. Aww. Are you able to do New Zealand? I can't do New Zealand. Do Australian. Can I do Australian? I can't do New Zealand. I'm not very good at accents at all. I think my wrestling gimmick would be less words, more fist. Where would you have been wrestling? I'm not sure specifically where. It was with DWA, so I don't realize I want to have a look back on my Instagram. I'm sure it's still like on there somewhere. I'm sad. It makes me sad. Yeah, that's very good advice. Like doing something no one else has done, trying to find a way to like make it unique. Bray Wyatt is supposed to go. Yeah, I mean he's great. What gimmicks did you all have if you were wrestlers? This is the question I posed to you. Because again, like before I wrestled, I had my character all planned out, and then I wrestled and I did not have my character all planned out. Where will I make ice cream balls? You know, I had a t-shirt in the works, but then with the pandemic, I just don't really want to release it because I just don't think it's the right time. So no ice cream bars, but I will be doing a t-shirt when things go back to normal. I can't believe there's 26 people here. I was going to wrap things up, but this is like the most I've had on the stream. So I'm torn. Keep working out. Stay fit in this situation. Yeah, I mean, I have put a couple of videos up about it. I mean, obviously as a wrestler, I'm working out a lot, but I think it's good to kind of try and get some exercise anyway. You don't have to go like crazy with it, but just trying to do like something to kind of stay fit and stay active, because it will mentally make you feel better as well as physically. But I did a couple of videos kind of explaining what I'm doing at the moment to keep fit, but I'm thinking about filming some home workout stuff because I've talked about it for the longest time, about doing fitness content on my channel. And I've never really got around to it. Like, I think it's just like a confidence thing in a way, because it's like a whole different ball game, and like, I don't know. So I've been like a little bit apprehensive to do it, but I think home workout will be good, especially at the moment, because I think everyone is kind of looking for that kind of content, and now would be the time to kind of share it. So I'm thinking about doing a couple of like home workout videos and kind of showing you guys how I'm staying in shape, and also kind of showing you like how a wrestler trains, which I think is kind of an interesting insight. And you know, I know Sheamus has his channel, and he always does collabs with all the WWE people, and I find it so interesting to see how they all stay in shape and stuff like that and get that wrestler cardio, and I've even picked up stuff from that. So it's kind of always interesting to see what other people do to work out. So I would like to do some workout videos. I would have a model turn accidental wrestler. That's actually really good. Stone Cold defying the authority, just taking it over, gets in my way. Stone Cold was such a great demo. Everyone wanted to be up their boss. Do the fitness content. Yes, yeah. You know, I've started branching out. Like, I've talked about my nutrition and a little bit about that, and obviously how it ties in with wrestling. So I think the next step is literally just like, just do it. Like, do the wrestling content. I just don't want people to be annoying on it. You know, like, it's really mean. Like, I just can't be bothered for that right now in my life. But I would really, really like to do it. The wrestling, the fitness content. It's like the last piece of the puzzle on my channel. Like, I have everything, but I don't have fitness. Bye, Gus. Thanks for tuning in. Guys, my Twitter and my Instagram and my Facebook are all Mariah May X. So I have some questions for you guys. So of all the videos I've been doing lately, because I've been pretty active on YouTube, what kind of content are you enjoying most? Because obviously, like, I'm really enjoying making the content, but I want to kind of tailor it to what my subscribers want to see. So I've made a lot of different stuff. So what do you want to see? How do you gain weight? I'm so skinny. Literally, this was my problem. Like, I have always been really, really skinny. And like, I eat a lot. I was very active growing up though, so, you know, I guess that played a part, but I've always been super, super skinny, and it's literally just about, my biggest recommendation would just be finding what works for you, in the sense of, I can't eat like massive meals. Like, when I was walking, I was like, yeah, you just got to like fill the plate and like have massive meals, but it just didn't work for me. I couldn't finish them. It just wasn't achievable, and it made me dislike meal times. I think it mentally does block you. So I just say find what works for you. Like, for me, I work best off doing like tons of small meals throughout the day. I actually made a couple of videos about this, but yeah, it's like a couple of small meals throughout the day. You know what I mean? Like, I almost have like 2 breakfasts, 3 lunches, and 2 dinners. I found a massive, massive factor for me at the moment, because I've actually put on a lot of muscle and gained a lot of weight during the past month, has been bulking shakes. They've just made such a difference, because it just helps you get those extra calories in. I have one in the morning with my breakfast, and I have one after the gym or my rest day. I just have it in the evening. An absolute worst case scenario, you miss a meal, you can have some of that, but it's good to kind of vary the protein that you get and not get it all from shakes. But yeah, just eating small meals often, bulking shakes for sure. Like, I couldn't recommend that enough. And it might be helpful to get something like My Fitness Pal, just an app to track your macros, because that way, like, you can kind of hold yourself to account. You can think, like, I literally need to eat today, I haven't eaten. Like, you can just force yourself to, because if you eat off instinct and, like you say, you're not actually skinny, like, you might not be eating enough, or you're certainly not eating enough to put on more weight. So yeah, they're my tips. Crazy, you're resting now. I remember you doing how to customize your shirts. Oh my god, guys, they're at Thursday. So, like, to be honest, that's like one of the reasons I made YouTube, was because everyone always asks, like, how did you customize your shirts? Because I mean, I used to buy shirts at the shop, and then WWE actually used to send me them. So I was like a sponsor for them. And I just thought it'd be cool to kind of like style it up, like, because they're all just box shirts, and like on a girl, that's obviously not the trendiest thing. I mean, now they've got literally everything. They've got like vests and all sorts. But back in the day, like in my day, you know, they didn't. So like, my mum was actually a seamstress. And like, I just like, oh, like, can we do this? She's like, yeah. I mean, most of it was quite straightforward, like with scissors, literally that was it. But like, we did a lot of cool stuff. Like, I almost like cut the size of the shirt and put like a ribbon through it and like laced it up and stuff. But yeah, I remember doing it all on my YouTube, because everyone always asks. I'm like, here's the link, because I had to always like, type it out, and it's hard to explain. So I was just like, here's the link. How was your day? My day is very good. I worked out this morning, and I filmed like 6 or 7 gaming videos today, so that's cool. And I'm doing a live, which is fun. So I'm glad I'm like putting myself out there and doing a live, because it's fun. How was your day? I'm really struggling to get started on my days though. Like, I've tried to set myself a routine, and to be honest with you, like, it was working really well. But now I just find like I'm so lethargic in the morning. I live in the UK though. It's getting really hot now. It's like having a random heat wave, which is fun. It's good for the environment. Climate change is going really well for us all. But yeah, it's really hot at the moment. And obviously, like, in the UK, like, nowhere really has aircon, because we just don't get hot weather like that. I really wish we had aircon. Maybe that's to do with it. It's just so hot and like I'm not sleeping well, and I'm finding it really hard to like get started on my day. So I went in the gym this morning instead to kind of get that like kick. But it's just so hot and stuffy. And I don't want to have the fan on because I was filming and then I was doing this, so I'm like, it's really loud. Did you watch America's Next Top Model? Britain's Next Top Model? Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, I love them. Do they still make it? I can't remember the last time I watched it was like 2 years ago. I used to love it. I actually used to wake up on a Saturday morning. So I used to wake up like a good hour or so before my wrestling training, just like shower and eat and just like get, I don't know, just be awake. And I actually used to I always just put it on in the background. So it reminds me of my wrestling training. Aww. Who's my favorite wrestler? All time, like Trish, Mickey, HBK. At the moment, it's hard to pick. Like Io Shirai, Charlotte Flair. Very excited for the match, but yeah, maybe Asuka too. But it's kind of people I want to wrestle as well, because being a wrestler, it's hard not to perceive it that way. The first videos I saw from you were the t-shirt videos. Yes, like the t-shirt videos, a classic. We cannot forget the t-shirt videos. I actually might do another one now just for the memories. And I actually, so I have so many WWE shirts because I've worked with WWE shop for years. So I have such a vast collection, and also things that I've bought, things I got from the Superstore, things I've got for Christmas, stuff like that. I have such a vast collection of WWE merch, like particularly tops and stuff. And it's all in literally the other room, like all piled up because I can't fit it in my closet. And I actually just thought the other day, like, I think it would be a cool idea to do like a WWE, like show off my collection almost, I guess, or like show off all the stuff I have, because I literally have so much. So I thought it would be really cool to kind of like show that stuff off. But I don't know, or I was thinking like doing it on a live stream, because if I filmed it as a YouTube video, it would take me like hours to get through all that stuff, which would take me hours to edit, whereas at least on a live stream, it's just there. I just have to live with it. But yeah. Are you a Ricochet fan? Yes. America's Next Top Model was best. Yes. I loved it. Does it still happen though? Is it been cancelled? I don't understand. By the way, anyone new, can you please give us a thumbs up? Because Jess said that's my reason. I have never seen Next Top Model for ages. Also, I remember the last season, like a really obscure girl won. Like she was terrible all season and she won, and I was like, that's good. Also, I really miss Tough Enough. I really miss these kind of shows. I feel like they don't do them anymore. The only thing they do is the Kardashians. I feel like they don't do like any like reality shows anymore. Favorite Triple H moment was when he returned after injury. I've actually watched that back on YouTube so many times. Jersey Shore. Yeah, but like they don't do like competition-based reality shows, I find. Like I don't count like the quiz ones because they're not the same. But like, you know, like America's Next Model, British Next Model, Tough Enough, or like all those things where you could get like a contract or get signed or something like that, like afterwards. Were you sad when the Diva Search got cancelled? Yeah. It would have been an interesting show, you know? So I don't know what happened there, but the fly is back. Do you know what it is? It's probably because of the light and like my window's open. So I'm gonna get like the whole swarm. Hold on. I'm just gonna. Hold on. I'm just gonna. We're just catching up with the chat, guys. I've got so much cramp from sitting here. It's 11 o'clock. I need to have dinner. I don't know what I want to have. How is everyone coping during quarantine with their hair? I really, really need a haircut. I mean, I'm not going to go outside and protest about it, but I really need a haircut. And I'm really struggling. But I'm curious because, like, guys, obviously anyone who grows a beard and stuff, you guys all have like really long beards now and stuff. Because I saw a really funny post and it was like there's 8 styles of the quarantine haircut, and it's like all different ways, like people trying to fade their own hair, people who just like let it all grow out and stuff like that. And so I'm glad I don't have a beard to manage because that would not be great. Aw, thanks for all the likes, guys. That makes me so happy. Hi, People's Champion. Hi, Austin. Are you guys just popping in the chat now? Are you new? Welcome. Welcome to my live. The grasshopper that fly. Oh, you chased one of your co-workers with grasshopper? How does that even work? What did you do? Like pick a grasshopper out from outside? Ooh. Oh, God, that doesn't sound fun at all. I just realised that when I gasped, it probably would have like could have flown into my mouth. I can literally see it. Should we do a live stream with me trying to kill a fly? I'm so down. Show more wrestling matches. I've seen you action. I don't really have any more that I have permission to post, to be honest. So yeah. I mean, I've got a better version of my rematch with Nina, which is probably my favorite match. So I'm gonna post that, and I'm gonna post my debut in retrospect. So I'll talk a little bit about it, and then I might do like a reaction to my matches, just to kind of like keep that content fresh, because I would like my wrestling not to get completely like buried at the bottom of my channel because I'm making so much new content and we're in quarantine. There are a couple of bits and pieces I haven't posted, so I can post them, but until I start wrestling again, like I can't really do much about that. So I've just had to like get over it. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, welcome back, Austin. Here we are, 2 hours later, just chilling. Thoughts on Kim Kardashian. That was so funny, that fight. Courtney like got her, like real talk, and then her makeup was on the wall, and like it was just a gift of Kendall, like looking at it like this. Do reaction video. Yeah, I think it'll be kind of interesting to like talk about, you know, getting there in the journey and stuff, because obviously with like last year, oh my god, the fly is so close. With last year, I didn't vlog, so you didn't really get to see that kind of backstage, all that kind of stuff that I normally do now, and the journey and all that kind of stuff. So I think it would be interesting, particularly to revisit them. I mean, it probably make me cringe because like there'll be so much stuff where I'm like, what was I doing? Like, what are you doing? But to revisit that and kind of talk to you guys a little bit about like context of it and like, you know, how it all was. And like, even though this year, like I know I vlogged, but when I won my championship, I actually had a double that day. So I literally had no time to film like any reaction to it. Anything. So I think it would be interesting to kind of talk about that. So there is a lot of content I could do. So if you guys are interested, it's definitely something I'll do. I particularly want to do my date. It's come back to life. I killed the fly. I mean, it was so small. I don't know why I was so scared of it. But I particularly like to do my debut in retrospect. I feel like that would be quite an interesting one because, yeah, there's a lot I would like to say. So it would be interesting to do that. The chat's moving really quickly. I believe your channel will grow now you're focusing on it. For example, it's all moving. By June, you have 7K subs. What a dream. I mean, that would be like more than double what I have. So it's a big goal, but you know, who knows? Who knows? Did you get it? In the end, I thought I killed it and it came back, and I got it, and like I've just wiped it on this like bit of tissue over there, and yeah, it's unpleasant. It's only tiny. I don't know what I was doing. Did you kill it? No, I murdered a fly and it's on YouTube forever. No, guys, I love animals. Really, I actually love animals. It was getting on my nerves. So, what language would you like to speak, understand it currently? Don't. So I actually talked about this in my quarantine video. Like, I advised like it might be worth picking up a new hobby or a new skill. And like one of the things that I wanted to do was learn a language. So I studied Latin at school. Really helpful that. But I actually studied Italian and French, and I was pretty good at them. So I'd actually like to revisit. I think in French. I think trying to revisit both languages might be a bit overwhelming. And in terms of like keeping up with it and things go back to normal will be hard. But I would like to revisit French because I feel like I'm hoping it's like riding a bike. I don't like it will be. But yeah, I'd like to revisit that just so I could like speak another language. I think is a really cool thing to be able to do. So I would like to do that. Have you ever faced any form of WWE wrestler indies? No, I have faced Nina Samuelson, who is a WWE NXT UK superstar. Oh, but I'm just reading the reactions to the flies, guys. Please, please. That's nah. Ugh. What? Ugh. Nah. Ugh. What a disgusting word. Nah. Your order is very clear. Audio. Why did I say order? It's late, guys. What can I say? I'm surprised the audio is so clear, to be honest, because I might be repeating myself for people who were here earlier, but I'm literally using my webcam on my laptop. So I've only just started live streaming. This is my second stream, or my fifth or sixth if you consider all the failed ones. But this is like only my second time doing it. So ideally I'd like to set up with a camera, and I'm trying to save up for a microphone, because I actually film my YouTube with just a camera built-in microphone, which I realized is not as good as it could be. Like I could get a microphone and kind of increase the quality of my videos. I mean, I think it's good, but it could be better. So there's always room to improve. So yeah, I would ideally like to connect my camera somehow and a microphone and figure out a better setup, because I'm just sitting on my bed with my laptop balanced on a shoebox, because I don't know where else to go with this to try and film this. So I would like to kind of get a desk and set up like a camera, microphone, and try and make it a little bit better quality. But I'm happy to hear the audio is good, so that makes me happy. The coffin, Mariah versus the flies. Apparently they're gnats. Set them goals high. I don't know if the set the goals high comment is in relation to the fly, because everything around it is about me murdering a fly. That fly had a family. God damn it! You come across as someone who will set your mind to something and you achieve it in the end. Yes. What was your reaction when Edge came back? Oh my god, like, I had no idea, because I know people said, oh, they kind of had a feeling. I had no inkling or idea at all. Same goes for the Hardy Boys when they returned at Wrestlemania. I had no idea they were coming back. So both of those moments I got to like really enjoy. But with Edge, like, you know, I remember when he retired and like how you could just tell in his eyes how heartbroken he was. And, you know, it's just not fair to have something cut short and you not get to pick how it ends. And, you know, like, you just love wrestling. So it was horrible. And, you know, I never ever thought he would come back. And then that moment, like, I just remember being like, it took me like 10 seconds to like shut my mouth and like realize what happened. I was actually like so shocked. Like, wait, it's actually Edge. Like, and then I just like cried. Yeah, I was just so excited. I just was buzzing. Like, that whole rumble, I just had a smile on my face the whole rumble there. It's just so cool that he was there. But yeah, very happy. And I watched the 24 on it. It's really, really interesting. So if you haven't seen, it was a 24, right? You know, the documentary they've done on Edge. It was really interesting as well, and like seeing him train and stuff before, and like, it's, you know, it's a really, really good watch. So I'd really recommend it. And also Beth Phoenix is in it. She's awesome, and yeah, just really recommend that. Fan for life. Aww. What languages can you speak? I can speak German, English, and oh my gosh, wow. I can only speak English. Like I say, I studied Latin, which is a dead language. I studied Italian and French at school. I used to be able to understand them. So, like, I guess in regards to, like, on a simple sense, like if I went on holiday, I guess I'd be able to like translate things, kind of figure out things. I don't know if I could have a conversation, but they couldn't speak too fast. So it's not really ideal. Do you know what I mean? But like I only studied it at school. I didn't take it to that further level. I only studied it for like 5 years. So I could understand, I could read it. It's just like having the conversations was a little bit harder for me. But like I said, I would like to ideally revisit one because I think it's a really cool skill to have. Hi was a good moment. Yes, Overfed Design is a really big Edge fan, so. Do you have an all-time favorite pay-per-view? You know, this was asked earlier. I think it was like a favorite WrestleMania, and I find it really tough to pick a favorite whole event. Like I have favorite matches and moments, but like a favorite pay-per-view, no. Like all I can say in a general sense is when I was younger, I always loved the Royal Rumble pay-per-view and the Elimination pay-per-view. Not one in particular, just the whole concept. I thought they were so cool. I mean, even now, I think they're so cool. Especially the Rumble. Like I saw it live, and it was so awesome to do the countdown. Me and Jess went and vlogged it and stuff. So you should go and check that out because it's so fun. But yeah, I have a particular like one, but they're my favorite events and kind of like concepts. Do you wish you went to this year's instead of last year's? I mean, I wish I went to every year's, hun. Like they're all so good. Like. No, I think last year's came at a good time for me because I had booked the tickets for the Rumble, and then I got told I was having my debut, and my debut was literally like 4 days after I got home. So I was like, "Oh my god, like what am I gonna do?" And he was like, "It's fine, like don't worry, like you'll be fine." And I'm like, "No, I'm not." And I think it came at a really good time because I was ready, and then going to see, you know, kind of like the pinnacle, like the top, and like this amazing production and seeing what could be if you worked hard was like everything that I needed to see, and like made me feel so like excited, which I think is important, is to like, even when you're a wrestler, just to remember like you are a fan of wrestling and to have that like excitement. Yeah, so I think it came at a good time, so I wouldn't really change that for the world, to be honest. How do your parents feel about freshly wrestling? So, I mean, they're super supportive, which is really, really nice. But because my family, like my brothers, we watched wrestling growing up. So, like, my family know what it is, but we don't like watch it. Do you know what I mean? And like in the UK, it's not as much a household thing as it is in America. So like, it's not like foreign territory for them, but it's just like they don't know that much about it. So when I first wanted to be a wrestler, as a kid, they just thought it was like cute. And then when I left school, they were like, "Oh, but like, can you do it here? Like, can you do it in England?" And I guess, I mean, consider this was like 3 years ago. You know, there wasn't NXT UK and there wasn't the championship tournament, all that kind of stuff. So I guess the scene wasn't like as mainstream with WWE as it is now. Yeah, so they were kind of like, it's something you can do here. So I'm a bit apprehensive. And, you know, when I started training, I guess they were just like unsure of what it was, but you know, they were really always very, very supportive. Like, you know, they're always very, very like supportive of me doing it and help me out. And just so long as I like had a job and had something else just in case, they were fine. So you know what I mean? Like I finished school and stuff, so they were happy with that. And then so they came to my debut, and like my mom said, like my dad was sitting there and like his leg was like tapping, and my brother was on the other side and the same thing was happening. She was like, they was just so nervous. I was like, "Stop, she'll be fine." And then like I wrestled Nina, and like we're just doing her moves, and me, I was like, "Oh my god," like, you know what I mean? Like he's like, "What, Mariah's hurt?" It's just not, like, you know. But yeah, like they were, you know, when they watched me live, I feel like they really understood what it was. Whereas before, like, you know, like they know what it is, but they know it's like Big Daddy and stuff. Like, so I think when they saw me live, like they really understood what it was I was doing. And, you know, I worked really, really hard for my debut. So I think they really understood, like, you could tell, and I think they really understood, like, she's working really, really hard at this. You know, she's really, really passionate. She's in like the right place. So, you know, I think they finally like understood what it was. So I think they supported me, but then when they saw my match, they were like, "Okay, so this is what it's all about. This is where Mariah goes like 4 times a week. This makes sense." So yeah, I would like for them to see me wrestle again because I've gotten way better since they've last seen me. So I would really like for them to see me wrestle again. So hopefully when this is all over, I could figure something out, because that would mean quite a lot for me to had them there and see me as I am now, because I feel like I've come such a long way. And the last time they saw me was my debut. It was like baby Maz. So I'm like, oh, I want you to like see me when I'm like a bit, you know, a bit better. But yeah. Where am I? You're gonna get there. Oh. How often are you on Twitter? I try to go on like a couple of times a day. To be honest with you, I don't really like social media sometimes because it can be like quite a horrible place. I think like especially Twitter can just, some of the tweets I see and stuff like not about me, just in general, I'm just like not really interested. But I absolutely love it that I can share my wrestling and connect with you guys, and like I wouldn't change this for the world. So I try to go on it for the reason of engaging with you guys, and that is it. Like that is my interest with it, and maybe seeing what like is going on with wrestling, you know, all the different promotions and what's up there. But other than that, I try to not really go on it, to be honest with you. Are you ready for fame? How will you handle it? What? Oh, 38 likes. Guys, I'm buzzing. Thank you so much for liking. I don't know if I've ever got this many likes before, apart from on a video I did years ago where I said if I got 200 likes, I'll dance at Jeff Hardy, which I still have not done. I don't want to alarm absolutely anyone, but there is yet another gnat in the room. Like, hold on, because this is getting my nerves now. They're doing my head in. They're everywhere. The gnats. This is Mariah versus the gnats. Okay, I think I'm caught up on the chat. I think we're all good. So I feel like now is a good time to wrap this up because I'm getting attacked by gnats. I mean, I'm not. There's like, I killed one and I think there's one over there. That is it. But in my head, I'm being attacked by gnats. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I really enjoyed this. Oh my god, I went for 2011. That's longer than last time. I don't even know how. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It's so nice to kind of chat with you guys. I don't know, maybe in the future I should come up with specific lives, like maybe one specifically like to talk about wrestling and then one to talk about like other stuff, because obviously someone was like, oh, this is Game of Thrones, I thought we talk about wrestling. So if you guys want me to kind of like split them and kind of label them for specific things, like I'm more than happy to do that. I can make them shorter maybe, and we could talk about like specific stuff. Jess, what are you still doing here? Like, why is Jess still here? This is like making me so happy. Why are you still here? But yeah, if you guys want me to like split them up and kind of maybe focus on specific like topics, I can do that, because that might kind of, oh my god, I got 40 likes, guys, so cute. But yeah, I could split them into kind of maybe different days. I guess split them into like different days or different things that might kind of help you guys. I mean, you should tune into all of them. That will be great. But yeah, if you guys want me to split them up, let me know. In terms of the next live, what day is it? Thursday? Maybe Saturday. I don't know what time to do. Was this time good for you guys? Because the chat kind of dropped, so I was going to end it like an hour ago, and then it suddenly spiked, and I feel like a lot of people came on. So I'm like, I don't know what time to do. Like, I'm thinking, should I do like a little bit later than 9 p.m? Oh, hi Samuel. I feel really, really bad when I end live streams and people just come on. Sorry. I'm just happy you're finally live streaming, hon. Of course, I'm still here. Basically, Jess has been encouraging me to live stream since I made YouTube. No, like Jess has been encouraging me to live stream for like months. And I didn't want to do one because I'm like, no one's going to tune in and it will just be me. And like, then if someone does tune in and it's just me, and then they'll feel really awkward. So I don't really want to do one because I was so nervous, but I finally did one and I'm very happy because like, I think they've gone really well. Like, I'm very happy. I've been on here for 2 hours every time. Can't get enough. Love it. I can't believe Jess has sat here for 2 hours. Like, we're actually friends, so you'd think she'd get enough of me because I bother her all day. But no. she's here for 2 hours. Like, what a real friend. Like, love you, Jess. Saturday, 8 p.m. UK time. Yeah, I feel like that would work. What time is that in America? Like 2, 3? I'm just making it up. I don't know. It's always when you don't want to do something. Oh, do a live with Jess. Yes, Jess. When are we doing a live, Jess? I mean, me and Jess would like to do a live together. It's just when Jess replies to my text, we'll do one. She doesn't. It's always when you don't want to do something and then you eventually do it, you exceed your expectations. Oh, yeah, I agree. I don't know, I just literally honestly was on that train of thought that like I would come on here and do a live and then no one would tune in, and then anyone who eventually was like, oh cool, Mariah's on live, would feel really awkward because it would just be me and them, and they'd be like, you know when you open up Instagram and you accidentally click on someone's live and it's just you and them and you're like, you know, like you're literally like, cool. Do you know, so I'm like, yeah, I was nervous, but I'm very, very happy that people tuned in. I mean, it does help that Jess sits here for 3 hours, so that always helps. But yeah, guys, when you're saying it's 3, do you mean 3 now, or it would be 3 at 8 p.m? I'm torn. Is Saturday 8 p.m. good for you guys? So it's 11 now. This is, wow, my head. I feel like Saturday's a bit better though, because at least I know people are working, or some people are working from home and stuff. So at least at the weekend, hopefully most people aren't. I mean, not everyone has a Monday to Friday, but hopefully that'll be a bit easier for you guys if I do it at 8. Yes. Yeah, to be honest, I was actually really, really pleasantly surprised how many people tuned into my live stream. When I first started this one, I don't know if it took a minute to load, but there was no one in it for like a minute, and I was just sat there like, what if no one tunes in? And then I realized I hadn't actually posted about it anywhere. So that's what I was doing at the start of the videos. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, maybe 8 or 9 o'clock on Saturday. I'll post on YouTube or on I'll post everywhere. I always post everywhere. I can't help myself. I'll post everywhere and let you guys know. Probably at 8, 9 p.m. on Saturday. To be honest, it'd probably be easier for me to live stream in the day, but you guys are all sleeping, so it would literally just be me and Jess. I work weekends. Yeah, so I'll still be doing some in the week. I'll still be doing some in the week, maybe like 2 in the week. Me and Jess are going to do one together. That will be in the week. And then I'll do maybe one on the weekend, just for people who are free then. What's quarantine taught me? Nervous to take anything for granted. I feel like this is a really sad note to end it on. Like really, really sad. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm really sorry that I just made that really depressing by saying like, oh, I'm not taking it for granted. But no, I'm really, really happy that these live streams are going well and people are tuning in. And anyone just tuning in now, you've come for the end of the video. So welcome and goodbye. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. It means a lot that you guys have come back, even though the first one was a bit rocky with the fact that it took me 10 times to do it. But yeah, it means a lot that you guys have come back. I'll be doing another one on Saturday. I'll be posting some gaming content tomorrow, and I'll literally be posting content. Like I'm posting 2 or 3 videos a day. So all the content on Mariah's channel. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Not more sad than what happened to that now. Wow, bring the mood down at the end of the live. Natural selection is fine. It had to happen. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. See you all on Saturday for the next one.